Hey, is there a verse from Drake that we haven't heard yet? That was supposed to be on No Breaks?
Maybe, maybe I pulled it off because I didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, man, that is not the first version of that song. There was about 3 versions, and some other versions they weren't really too kind. So I pulled certain things off the album. I pulled a lot. I altered the album a lot to make sure that the focus would be more on music and less on BS, man, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it to protect certain individuals?
Maybe it was just to protect the coast as a whole. You know what I'm saying? I think it was better just to deliver an album full of music with no beefs. I don't think I'm dissing anyone on the album, if I can be perfectly honest.
Okay. Hey, is there a verse from Drake?
The game is the only rapper, and I want to say this real quick. I mean, he dropped his album, which I've actually heard a little bit of it. It's pretty dope. I gotta say, like, he definitely came with it on the album, and you could tell that he probably was listening to a lot of people who were probably trying to clown him and say, hey, you're washed up, or you're this, or you're that. And you could tell that he probably got the message. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that I'm saying about the game is that, wow, man. Wow to the fact that he could drop an album and it's a good album. It's a decent album. Now, I'm not sure what label he put it on. I think he put it out independently. Like, I don't think Dr. Dre was involved in his new album. But I gotta say, man, it really seems like people don't care. People really just don't seem to care about the album that Game dropped. And I think it's probably because he repeatedly put his foot in his mouth. Like, there's a time where you just should just shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a time where you don't need to always be in everybody's business or talking trash. Like, we already know, like, the beefs and the battles that he had. The battle that he had with Eminem. Well, he didn't even have a battle with Eminem, right? He didn't even have a battle with Eminem. He just went after Eminem and just decided, like, oh, I'm gonna diss Eminem. Then he talked about how Kendrick wasn't picking up his phone calls. It just sounds like the whole thing is just yeah, man. It just seems like the whole thing is just kind of dumb of what he did. But then also on top of that, we also have the Lil Durk trial, which I'm going to play some updates. Now, I know Trap LaRosse is not a good person to play. I've already said time and time again, I think this guy just profits off of catastrophes that happen within the black community, within rap music. That's really what his whole YouTube channel is about. I mean, the guy's not even from the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't even from here. But yet, you have these people that are just so infatuated with black culture. But the thing that's really interesting about it is that they're not even infatuated with black culture that's like doing positive or that's doing good for the community. What some of these white men are more into is the downfall of black men, especially in the rap industry. Which, we can go off on other things later, but which brings me to the conclusion that, hey man, some of these dudes could be undercover feds just pretending to be YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? I've said this before, and to go back to the game. Did y'all not hear the interview I think that just published not too long ago with Game and Vlad, where the Game was basically saying the same thing that I said about the whole Keefe D trial? He says the same thing that I just said about the whole Keefe D trial, that he thinks Keefe is just a scapegoat. I said the same exact thing, man. And it's funny how people were calling me, of course, a conspiracy theorist and this and that. And wow, what an imagination you have. And now we just have people who are out there on the streets, out there that know what's up, that know what's going on, say the same thing. They said, hey, you know what? I think Keefe D might be just a scapegoat. This is what the game said. He said everybody who's in LA knows who did what to Pac and Big. We all know. We all know who did it. And I'm not going to tell y'all for the millionth time who did it right now. Y'all figure that out for yourselves. But it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. Even more so as we watch this trial. It becomes more and more obvious. So I thought it was interesting that he said that. And then I even went back and started doing my own little research on this whole Tupac trial thing. And I went back and I rewatched the Vlad Keefe D interview. Most likely the interview that incriminated himself, right? And the one thing, I mean, Keefe D said a lot of things, right? He said a lot of things, obviously, in that interview. If you haven't watched that interview, I suggest that you guys go back and rewatch that interview. Maybe I can try to pull it up for context. I don't really want to try to go and like find the clip. You know what I'm saying? But it's this interview right here where you see him, you know, dressed as such. And, you know, he went in the interview and he said that when Vlad asked him the question, it was probably like one of the most crucial questions of the whole interview. Vlad had asked him, so do you think that there's a possibility that they could bring this case back up against you? And he said that because he was down with the DA or something like that, or the attorney, that he thought he had immunity. He thought he was good.
Before I even got there, they had all my friends, man. Everybody that was around me, they knew everything. You know what I'm saying? And they showed me where, man, a whole lot of people was going to jail.
Right, and you said that the worst part about this whole story is that, you know,
that he would sit down and tell us everything we wanted to know about.
Greg Kading explained it to me was that, so he went and met with you at the U.S. Attorney's office. And was there a deal that you offered him at that point?
It's not a deal, it's an agreement. It's known as a proffer agreement. And he's given the opportunity through a agreement between his attorney and the United States attorney to evaluate whether or not it's in his best interest to cooperate. And so that was the arrangement, that he would sit down and tell us everything we wanted to know about anything we asked, and that he had to be entirely truthful, or else he would be charged, not only for the drug crimes, but for potentially his own confession.
They already knew everything, dude.
They knew everything.
Before I even got there. They had all my friends, man. Everybody that was around me, they knew everything. You know what I'm saying? And they showed me where, man, a whole lot of people was going to jail.
Right, and you said that the worst part about this whole story is that, you know, the people that ended up churning on you were some of your closest friends, and some were even...
Well, that's not surprising. That's not surprising at all. I mean, would you, especially today. And, you know, like I said, I went back and rewatched this interview, and there were a lot of interesting points that were made throughout this entire interview. But one of the things that he also said was that back then, when he was coming up, like, you know, probably like late 80s, early 90s, he said back then you actually had to do something. Like you really had to do something to go to prison back then. Whereas now, he's saying that they're just locking everybody up and sending them to prison for pretty much nothing now. I found that part of the interview very interesting. They're like, yo, you don't even really have to do much to go to prison now. And I remember that too, because, you know, of course, I got homies that got locked up. And I remember, like, back then, like, if you were going to prison, you were going to prison for something serious. Like you did something serious. Nowadays, it seems like you could do a petty crime and have to go to prison now. You know, like, you didn't even do something that was violent. You just, like, did some kind of like, whatever, you know, just something that doesn't even involve violence. Now, if you do something that involves violence, I understand that. That's different. But if you're doing something that's, like, not even violent, didn't even harm really anybody else, you maybe just found a way to do some kind of fraud or something like that, you usually just do time and get out for that. Nowadays, you got people going to prison for that. So I thought that was an interesting part that he said. But it looks like in this clip, he doesn't mention the question that Vlad asked him.
If you're running your own business,
but let me see if I can find it real quick.
you need Symphony.
Oh, let me mute this ad real quick. Let me see if I can find the part that he says it in. What I will say, because I mean, it's like, it's really interesting if you go back and you watch this Vlad interview, which I was watching earlier. I was just like, wow, man. You know, because I watched it before, but I didn't really like break it down and like follow everything that he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really like go through the whole thing. But of course, now that he incriminated himself and that this video is being used as evidence, it makes me feel more interested in watching the trial, or watching the video, I should say. But the one thing is, though, is that, yo, man, he says so himself, as you see, that he had the meeting with them at, like, the district attorney's office, you know, like the number one people who can, like, make a decision, and basically threatened him and said, hey, you know what, we're going to take everything. We're going to take your house. Your kids are going to be on the street. You're going to be in prison forever. Probably what they're kind of saying to him right now. And it sounds like he cut a deal with them. You know what I mean? Like, he cut a deal is what he's saying. Even though the cop that you just saw in the interview right there just said it wasn't a deal, but he straight up cut a deal. That's what it looks like to me. And what was the deal, though? You tell us everything. So basically, you snitch on everybody. You tell us everything that we want to know. And then from there, they probably told him that they were going to give him immunity. But clearly, they did not. And maybe, as I said so before, which now it seems like other people are starting to say the same thing the more and more that I connect the dots. Maybe they just, like I said, y'all thought I was just joking. No, I was serious. I think that he would have been straight had he not gone and done these podcasts and this Vlad TV and wrote that book.
Do you feel?
I felt fucked up for a long ass time. Hit him. The dude, he was close too, man. I was like, damn. Yeah, that happened.
Do you know who did it?
Nah, I don't know who did it.
Do you know what it was about?
They said my whole little homies that got into it with some dudes at the bowling alley.
So what did you have to do with that? Mm-hmm. Well, all the stuff that you said on tape, and I've listened to all the tapes. You said that not one person went to jail behind it.
Exactly.
You also said that you saved a lot of motherfuckers from going to jail for extremely long sentences with your cooperation.
Yeah.
At the time that you gave these statements to Kading, Orlando was dead.
Yeah. I was only, yeah. Go ahead.
And 2 other people in the car had passed as well, right?
Yeah.
But one person was still alive.
Yeah.
Who was that?
They had jammed him up too, though. before.
Okay. Who was the last person who was living at that point?
I ain't gonna say no name.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
But based on everything that you said, that person never got convicted.
No, well, nobody gonna go to jail.
Nobody got convicted.
Yeah, because that was a proffer, and that shit was never supposed to come out ever in life. Never in life. That's why they give them type of deals, because you can get somebody killed with this type of shit, you know?
Well, you go in and give these statements, and they drop all the charges against you.
Yeah. They shredded the indictment. It wasn't just against me, it was against the whole, everybody that I ever dealt with.
So everybody involved in that case got all their charges dropped.
Yeah, they shredded the indictment. So they gave me a deal I couldn't fucking refuse, dude.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they wouldn't have got a fucking thing out of me.
Some years later, though, Greg Kading ended up taking these tapes.
Stole, yeah.
Yeah, he essentially took them. You know,
Yeah,
though
exactly.
he didn't own those tapes
At all.
Right, he took them from his job.
Yeah,
There's an LA Weekly article where they referenced those tapes
yeah,
and put your name in it.
yeah.
When that happened, what was the effect to Keefe D?
What was it affecting me?
Yeah.
Shit. They already they threatened the shit out of me. They said if they even hear I'm selling anything, you know what I'm saying? The people downtown, the special, what's they call, major crime unit from downtown.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say his name because the mother dick might get hard and want to get me again. But he said if he even think I'm selling dope, he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Come wear my ass out.
Well,
I quit.
Okay.
Period.
Well, how did your family members as well as other Southside Crips react to that?
Well, I didn't even feel their, what's the name? I didn't feel the temperature or them. I wasn't worried about them no way. Fuck them.
You weren't living in Compton at the time.
Nah, but my family live out there. I
Yeah.
still go. Brendan say I don't go over there. Go over there any damn day. I goddamn ready to go over there.
Well, he may be keeping a low profile, you know, because I heard some people weren't too happy about his interview from the neighborhood, so.
Yeah.
Brunch tomorrow?
Pass.
Farmer's market?
Nope. 2-minute warning.
Birdwatch.
Absolutely not.
This is for everything. Plans for Sunday on the line here, Joe.
Oh, Ticketmaster. Show me some tickets.
50-yard line.
Yes. He called a great.
He don't go over there. He's scared to go. Crazy as hell. I go over there anytime I'm ready.
You know, in that life, there's very strict codes.
Yeah.
About snitching.
Exactly.
Some people consider this snitching.
Yeah.
Other people don't consider it snitching.
Yeah.
You know, for example, when I brought this story up to Big U,
Yeah.
and I brought up, you know, in the recording, you had mentioned that Orlando did the shooting, and when I mentioned that Orlando was dead, Big U was like, oh, well, whatever then. Did you hear the Keefe D confession?
Mm-mm.
You didn't hear Keefe D?
Is that the bodyguard?
Keefe D was Orlando Anderson's uncle.
Would he confess to killing Tupac?
Well, he confessed that Orlando killed Tupac.
Oh.
You want to hear it?
No.
Okay.
No, I want to hear no confession.
He was given a deal, and this was...
Keefe D was?
Yeah, Keefe D.
Oh, so he snitched? No, I don't want to hear shit.
Yeah. So the deal essentially was they had caught him with a bunch of PCP, and they allowed him to say what he knew about Tupac's murder in exchange for them dropping all those charges. And the way the deal was set up, whatever he said, as long as it wasn't proven to be false, it couldn't be used against him directly to indict him. And at the time, essentially, everyone outside of him was dead. That was in that car.
Oh.
Orlando was already dead at the time.
Oh.
Everyone else in the
so
car.
So he told him a dead man?
Essentially.
Oh, different. All right.
Yeah, Orlando.
Yeah, you can let me hear it then.
Okay.
Yeah, he's talking to dead man.
Consider snitching. What's your response to that?
They can eat a dick up. And I don't care. If they got a problem with me, bring it. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had anyone ever approach you over that?
Never.
Never.
Never. Never.
Do you feel?
I felt fucked up for a long ass time because that wasn't me. And I ultimately I saved myself. I ain't gonna say everybody else. I saved my fucking self. And they offered me a deal I couldn't refuse. They was gonna put my family on the street, take my house, my freedom. They was gonna rape me. You know what I'm saying? They was gonna rape me for my freedom, threatening letter. Like, motherfucker, play with me if you want to. You can be our friend, or we can be your worst nightmare. You know what I'm saying? And they showed me. I wouldn't have told them shit, but they showed me all the evidence, dude. They had my ass by the balls, and they don't come unless they got you.
Right. And the way Greg Kading explained it to me was that, so he went and met with you at the U.S. Attorney's Office. And was there a deal that you offered him at that point?
It's not a deal, it's a...
You know what I'm saying?
you were some of your closest friends, and some were even family members. Movies have been made.
Yeah.
Greg Kading made Murder Rap, and then the Tupac and Biggie movie Unsolved came out.
Yeah.
And you were actually in it. I mean, a character that was playing you was in it.
And he made all the money off. They didn't get my rights or nothing.
When it showed your scene in Unsolved, is that pretty much how it happened?
All that shit was a lie. I didn't. You think I'm gonna pull up? Yo, looking for me? I never dressed like that.
Okay.
I was making millions of dollars. What I look like, dressing like a gamer, sagging. You know what I'm saying? I was wearing suits, Crocs, $4,000 Crocs, all that shit. I wasn't looking like no tramp like that. Then he said he came up to the oil refinery at the job. There was a whole lot of lies in there.
Okay. I mean, he also told me that at one point he approached you and told you he's putting out the tapes, and you said, "Go ahead." You actually tell Keefe D. You meet with Keefe D. and say, "I'm about to release these tapes."
Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yeah. So before, right when I was publishing the book, I didn't tell him I was going to come out with the tapes. I just told him I was publishing a book based on the investigation, including his confession. And so I tell him that. We're sitting in my truck. We're down in front of his house in Corona, California. I was like, "Here's the deal, Keefe D. You know, I'm retired. I'm going to release a book. It's going to detail everything that happened in the investigation, including what you had to say. I just want to give you a heads up, because who knows, you know, what the consequences of all this will be." And he says, "Hey, bring it on. I'm a gangster. I can deal with this shit."
I didn't tell him go ahead.
No?
No, I never told him that.
What'd you say?
He came over there and said he putting out a book. Do you want to move? Do I want to move? And they say, you know, the book hit the thing. Then the real FBI came and said, they offered me, do I want to move and stuff like that. I was like, no, I'm not worried about that shit. Yeah.
Okay. Now that all that stuff
I'm not going to let nobody harm me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to protect myself to the fullest.
Yeah.
And I'm still that same motherfucker. Yeah.
I mean, now that all this stuff has come out, and now documentaries, movies, all these interviews, everything else like that, how do you feel about the whole thing?
This is the part that I was getting to right here. This is the part right here. It's very important to pay attention to this.
I felt he robbed me for my story. He full of shit. Oh man, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And see, like people scared to take the case. I offered at least 3-4 lawyers to try to help me out to get this motherfucker, because the shit is wrong. Because the FBI said sue. You know what I'm saying? You need to sue.
Oh, the FBI told you should sue Greg Kading.
I should sue, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be expensive.
They said sue everybody involved.
It's going to be expensive. You know how lawsuits are.
They told me to sue everybody involved. And, you know, I just try to kick the shit under the rug, but he keep coming. This bullshit.
Sell what you don't wear with no fees and free shipping on Vinted. Download.
In the book, at this point in my life, I can say that I have a deep sense of remorse for what happened to Tupac. He was a talented artist with tons of potential to impact the world. I hate that Tupac should.
Exactly.
So you have a sense of remorse for what happened to Tupac?
Yeah. Whole community.
Tupac was special, though.
And he was.
People still love his music. His music is still being played in the clubs and on the radio and on people's playlists.
Yeah.
The message of upliftment, you know, for black people is still, you know, there is.
People make mistakes. I understand that.
You know, and I've talked to different people about this. I've talked to the Outlaws, and I've also, you know, I've talked to Mob James and some of these other guys. And people look at it differently. Some people say that he died gangbanging. Some people say he died just to the shooting that happened, right? The gang situation. And Pac wasn't a blood, wasn't, you know what I mean? He was rolling with Suge, and he was
forever that day, you know what I'm saying? And to break it down even more simple. And you can't go buy another one of them. You got 15 Bloods right here. That this is what we getting our little change for. So this is Crip and Compton. We all Pirus from Compton. Go get his ass for what he did. Tupac, you sit right here in his chair. You my money. Don't let him run off and go hit somebody he don't know nothing about. And that's why the man is not here.
You could definitely say that being around Suge and the Pirus rubbed off on him. Yeah. You know, he had Mob tattooed on his arm.
But he, to me, he's a set jumper. He, New York, Baltimore, Oakland, L.A., Compton. God damn, how many tats you gonna put on you?
He never had a home base. He jumped around a lot. This is very true.
How many tats, you see what I'm saying? How many tats you gonna put on you? That's a set jumper. You know what I'm saying? You don't think so?
He moved around a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, he never had a home base like a Nipsey Hussle, who was, you know, rolling 60s his whole life.
Yeah.
You know, but people still consider him the greatest rapper of all time. Would you agree?
Of all time, that boy, yeah, he hard. You right. He got people writing for him.
True. Absolutely.
Yeah, he sang and rap. Jigga, Tupac, Big. Them the top 4. Yeah. What's your favorite?
Yeah, I also put Tupac as number 1.
Yeah.
Just like in reggae, but once you have a message, it takes you to a different place because the struggle is felt around the world.
I just want to put this out to my peoples. We need to come together as blacks, stand together, build a foundation, and stop gang banging against each other.
I'm glad he said that.
Football, they're gonna be something pretty good. Shit has never started. You know what I'm saying? Between that and the drugs, it tore our community down. But I see those come. It'll be 35 Mexicans, 5 for our community.
Oh yeah, that's the part about the prison.
When the busloads come, it'll be 35 Mexicans, 5 brothers, 5 whites. Back when I first went, there used to be fucking 40 brothers, 5 Mexicans, and 2 whites. It didn't change, so
it's changing.
I see our people getting smart and stop committing crimes, want to make something out of themselves.
Gangs.
Yeah.
The black
IRA.
gang. Yeah, the Irish.
I'm 56.
56 years old.
You're right.
You lived life by your own rules, but you also did all this prison time. Like, how much prison time did you do altogether if you add it all up?
I could have been somebody.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. In my environment, dude.
People want to be OGs, and you're not promoting that anymore.
No, because it ain't good. All they do is they'll lead to the graveyard, cause harm on our community, and the heartaches for our loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When you found out about Suge, when he ran over Terry Carter,
I seen him a couple of times at the basketball game. We talked. Gold Cadillac truck, no animosity,
This is such an unfortunate conversation to have about hip hop, but unfortunately, we do have to have this conversation.
No, he just said, man, seemed like all my home VIs was attacked. He did.
That was Carew also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shot. And this is where Heron
were killed. Yeah, he was killed by a dude named George. And
Vlad definitely sounds like a Fed right here, though. He sounds like a Fed interrogating, like straight up.
You look at, the one thing that Mob James said is that when you look at all the Bloods that went over to death row, put in work, beat people up, people allegedly got killed, people got, tortured, people had to drink piss, people got intimidated. All these people ultimately, at the end of the day, had nothing to show for it. They either ended up dead, broke, or in prison.
We ain't got one millionaire. We ain't got one. A lot of people give me twisted. Take my licks. I'd get paid, and everybody else would be getting paid. But everybody knew what the outcome of this was going to be pretty much, because when Suge went to jail, Suge took back everything. He didn't want nobody to drive. He didn't want nobody to live.
So all the cars were basically leased under death row?
Yeah.
And then when he went to jail, he took everyone's cars
Park
back.
them.
Yeah.
And now, what Reggie Wright...
Real quick, didn't I say that about Tupac? I said that. You see, it's funny how some people tried to say that I was tripping or something like this when they said, oh, yo, did you know that Suge had everybody's cars, including Tupac's, leased? They didn't own anything. As you heard right there what he said, what the man just said right there. He said, when Suge went to jail the first time or the second or third time, not this time that he went, but when the label was still active, he took everybody's cars back and he took everything. I tried to tell y'all that Pac didn't really own anything. Everything he had was all owned and leased by the label. That's why I say to some of y'all, I say it's good to go back and watch this Vlad interview, because even though it is an informant interview, they are breaking down a lot of things that I can tell that a lot of people haven't gone and done their research on. But that's okay. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I am the journalist here that will do the research for you.
I pointed out you can include Suge.
Yeah.
Why didn't anyone tell me that you can earn
man.
an
I mean, it's pretty crazy when you look at this story. You look at what some other people said, like the Mob Jameses and stuff like that, and then you look at the court trial, and it's like pretty
These guys
crazy.
that worked for death row, who put in work, who beat people up, who intimidated people, who shook people down, who did everything that Suge wanted them to do, all walked away with nothing.
Correct. Suge as well.
And Suge as well. Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, Ray was the only one that really walked away.
Snoop's still a household name.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's now getting 28 years.
It's
He's
over.
gonna get out. He's broke. He couldn't pay his own.
He did, really.
He couldn't pay his own
28
bail.
years and you 54.
He's gonna get out at like 80 years old.
Yeah. Average American lived at like 76. You're dead. It don't add up. Yeah.
You know, you look at all the potential and all the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, Dre and Snoop are still cool, but all the people involved on the street level, they all walked away with nothing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you look at your situation on the South Side Crip side, and you pretty much have the same situation, don't you?
Yeah. Because of the people downtown. They didn't let up. I swear to God. People saying, well, they didn't care about Tupac. Yes, the fuck they did. Cause I'm ready or living. That dude followed me around for 15 years, dude. Wasn't playing. He didn't let up. That's all I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? And he told me he was gonna get me. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass.
Why do you think that ultimately Tupac's murder never got solved? No one ever got convicted. No one ever got charged. It's still an open case, as well as Biggie's murder.
People were understand that they wasn't talking. And they wasn't talking till late, you know what I'm saying? My homies didn't talk till later. Yeah.
And I'd also heard that Vegas didn't want that solved. Ultimately, at the time that it happened, Vegas was trying to market itself as a family friendly.
Have you read the murder book?
I didn't read the book. I saw that.
13,000 people said they killed him. In the murder book, they showed me some of the quotes in the book. Like, damn, look at this, Keepy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. But yeah, they pulled it. My FBI file was this high. I'm like, damn, all that's behind me. They like, yeah. Like, fuck. So yeah, they was on my ass for a long ass time. And they was on Suge ass a long ass time.
Yeah. Do you ever worry that they'll try to bring that case up again and charge you with something?
There we go, right there. That's the part. What's the timestamp on that? All right. That's the part right there, man. This is the video that incriminated himself. If we remember clearly, he said that he signed a deal.
I don't think they can do it.
And charge you with something?
He said that he signed a deal. He thought that he was clear. He was steer clear. All right, this should let you know right here that there's definitely the powers that be. This is what I told you. Didn't I tell y'all this? He had the meeting. I mean, it just makes more sense. That's what I was saying, man. It's kind of like it's common sense. But now, after going back and watching this Vlad interview, it's like, yo, it's a no-brainer. Like Gene Deal said, man, anybody with like a brain level of a 5th grader could figure this out. It's not that hard to figure out, man, that obviously this dude had a meeting and the Vegas Police Department wasn't trying to solve the case because they knew that it was going to hurt the reputation of Las Vegas, and they wanted to bring families and children and market that it's not just a place where there's deception, prostitution, and murder, along with other things, and the gambling, the degeneracy. Vegas wanted to change their image. But here, man, if the facts are not right here for you to see for yourself, then I don't know what to tell y'all, man.
Yeah. Like, fuck. So yeah, they was on my ass for a long ass time. And they was on Suge ass a long ass time.
Yeah. Do you ever worry that they'll try to bring that case up again and charge you with something?
don't think they can do that because the U.S. attorney gave me that deal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think they're a little bit big.
You don't think that they can do that because the U.S. attorney gave you that deal? Didn't I tell y'all? He took a deal. It's clearly obvious at this point. Clearly obvious.
Bigger in a state case or a fucking county case. U.S. attorney. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Keefe D, appreciate you coming in and telling your story.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the part right there that at least I know for the future timestamps. But yeah, man. Yeah, he's basically telling y'all right there, man. He's basically telling y'all right there. All right, let's hear a little bit of the Trap Lil Ross before we jump on the TikTok.
Courthouse just got out of day 3 of the Lil Durk trial. There's a lot going on. It's really hectic today. So I'm just going to have to give you a really quick, short update and summary of some of the things that have just happened. And I'll be back with a longer breakdown for you guys. I've got so many notes. I'm barely even going to be able to get through everything. So I'm just going to try and remember everything major off the top of my head and just give you the basic facts. But everything's absolutely insane right now. We've had opening statements from the prosecution. They put forward a very, very compelling case against Lil Durk. They showed unseen evidence. They teased evidence that was coming later, and they showed more evidence later on. But they've got still images of the night King Von died, the attempt on Quando's life in May 2021 in Blackshear, Georgia. Obviously, new angles that we've never seen before of the Lil Pab murder in Hollywood, and it's overwhelming. They made it very clear that Lil Durk had hitmen like OTF Jam, who has caught bodies for the BDs before, and that they will be testifying and supporting the government in what they're saying against Durk. They said that they got Vonnie, the guy that basically organized everything. He's going to be testifying against Lil Durk, and obviously they've got another witness who was part of the operation who is going to be testifying. Now that was devastating. This is the cliff notes. I'm going to give you the full breakdown of everything later on today, but like just right now, in what little time that I've got, those are the basics. But then after this, the defense kind of put forward their arguments. Now, there were some very, very interesting things that kind of ended up going back and forth. The prosecution revealed a couple of crazy things that we hadn't heard before. They said that when Lil Durk was apparently trying to flee the country, he was going to get a private jet. You know what's crazy? They said that Lil Durk went to the clearport to go and get onto the private jet. He said that when he realized that the FBI were there for him, he tried to flee the FBI at the airport, and he said once they boxed him in and once they cornered him and they tried to arrest him at the airport, he basically refused to get out of the car. He was trying to get away from the cops. He was trying to get on the private jet. He was trying to get abroad. Now, when it flipped over to the defense, I cannot believe this. They are blaming everything on Vonnie. I don't know if it counts as telling, if the guy's already telling on you, but they're basically saying Vonnie masterminded all of this. They said that Vonnie was there when King Von died. They're saying that King Von actually said to Vonnie, why did you let them shoot me? And Vonnie was devastated. Vonnie was the one driving the Hellcat. You know that footage where King Von gets killed? Obviously, you know, Muwop's dragging him off the ground, punching Quando Rondo. They're saying Vonnie's the one that went and got the Hellcat and sped him to the hospital. They're saying that Vonnie was holding King Von in his arms, telling him I love you before he went to the hospital, and that was the last conversation they ever had. They're saying Vonnie had all the motivation. They're saying Vonnie and King Von were cousins. That's why they call him Vonnie Cuz. They're saying that Vonnie and King Von were so tight that they had shared bank accounts. It was crazy. I had never even comprehended that they might try and blame it all on Vonnie. I thought it was all street. We don't talk. It's all murder. We don't even acknowledge this as a gang. But now they're saying, yeah, this all happened. This is all a murder. Vonnie did it. They're saying Vonnie and Jam, they did everything. They was off on their own. We didn't have any clue. Well, that's going to be a problem because in the prosecution's opening statement, they made it very clear. They said, yeah, well, but there was a tracker in the stolen BMW that was used in the hit on Quando. It tracked the car.
Crazy.
For just $67, you can generate as many.
This is all so stupid if you really think about it. It really is.
Downtown, to Quando's hotel, to the stores that Quando was shopping at the Bathe and Ape store, to the spot where they killed him, where they tried to kill him and killed Lil Pab at the Beverly Center, to the In-N-Out Burger. They had the moving image, the actual footage of the In-N-Out Burger with everybody's faces on display. Jam, Dee, Vonnie, they're all in there with their faces, bait, in the In-N-Out, matching shoes, same shoes from the surveillance footage of the murder. We saw 2 different angles of the murder of Lil Pab. It was just insane. Absolutely cooked deep fried by the looks of it. And they're saying that BMW that had the tracker in it that was stolen and used in the hit, the slider, where did it go after In-N-Out Burger? Oh, to the crib that Lil Durk was staying in. So Vonnie was in this stolen car orchestrating this whole thing and then going to the massive, beautiful Encino mansion that Lil Durk was staying in at the time. Now that's really, really bad news. I'm not gonna lie, the defense, they put on a good argument that it was all Vonnie, but it's kind of like, bruh, when we start seeing some of that other evidence, it's gonna be a tall order to say that Vonnie did everything. He was off on a mission all by himself. He wasn't trying to impress Durk. They're saying that they arrested Vonnie in a luxury penthouse suite, in a suite of a hotel in Chicago that he was staying at with his girlfriend. The defense are trying to say, oh, when they arrested him, they said to him, oh, you're the the ringleader of this, you're the leader of this, unless you give us someone else, trying to say that like that he's just putting Durk in it to try and save himself. But like, are they really expecting the jury to buy that Vonnie was just out here on his own, orchestrating this whole thing by himself? Durk had no knowledge. He's pulling up to Durk's crib in the slider after the hit, and you're saying Durk had no knowledge? They flew out there together on the private jet together, and Durk had no knowledge? I don't know if they're going to buy that, but we're going to see. We're going to have to find out. Now, that was crazy in itself. That
This Durk case is really crazy, man. Reality based. Shout out. You said if you listen to mainstream, you can say it fell off. If you listen to hip underground, yeah, I agree. What do you think about what's going on in all of these trials that's going on in hip hop? That's the other part. I mean, I know that usually when we do these streams, we talk about what are your thoughts on hip hop. But right now, with what's going on in the culture of hip hop, like we have a lot of trials, we have a lot of cases. It's pretty weird. But I do agree with you. Underground is definitely on. Mainstream has been off for a very long time. I don't think that mainstream rap it has just fallen off. I think mainstream rap has been off for the last 20 years or more, if you ask me. Listen to Trap LaRosse break down the Little Durk case, but, you know, because I think the trial just started today. Make sure you guys can give some likes. Double tap the screen if you can. Give some likes, give some shares. Doesn't cost y'all nothing. We're just getting started here. So, yeah, make sure you double tap the screen.
Opening statements were absolutely wild, but then we got to the really sad and harrowing stuff. There was rumors that maybe OTF Jam's going to take the stand today. I don't think that's going to happen, but here is what did happen. The cops basically started meticulously showing all of the details about the murder of Lil Pab and just how violent and horrific it was. The first thing they did was they had a 911 call handler get on the stand. They played the 911 call that was taken by a witness. Apparently 8 people called 911 after they slayed Lil Pab in broad daylight in rush hour on a Friday night outside the Beverly Center, one of the most ridiculous crimes you could ever even think to commit. But in addition to that, the 911 call, the woman is frantic. She said, oh, somebody's just been shot in Beverly Hills. They've been shot with machine guns. I don't want to give any of my information. I'm so scared. Somebody's hurt. They brought absolute fire, hell, and destruction.
You said you've been watching the Tupac case. Have a lot of thoughts about that. Yeah, well, please share your thoughts. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the Tupac case? Because I have a lot of thoughts about that. You must have just jumped on, but well, like I said, I just got started on the TikTok. I've been going a little bit on YouTube, but I was doing some research on the Tupac case as well today. And as far as the Tupac case goes, I will say this. I mean, I've already covered it. It's pretty much on my video that's on TikTok. You can see it right now. It's already got over 1,000 views or plus. It's funny how like videos will do good on one platform and then not do anything on another platform. It's like clearly this is a video that resonates with people, but I guess some platforms choose to shadow ban. But yeah, I definitely have some theories about the Tupac case as well. But then after listening to a little bit of the trial and going in and watching the Keefe D interview about the meeting that he had with the state attorney or the U.S. attorney, the main attorney's office, Keefe D, and how they basically told him, hey, you know what? Tell us everything we want to know, and you'll get so-called immunity, right? Because Vlad asked him that question. We went back and we pulled that up. As a matter of fact, let me just for those of you that are jumping online, let me pull that back up just so you can hear the Vlad interview. Hold on.
They showed me some of the quotes in the book. Like, damn, look at this, Keefe. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. But yeah, they pulled it. My FBI file was this high.
Here, I'll let you up.
All that's behind me. They like, yeah. Like, fuck.
Hear this part real quick.
Yeah, they was on my ass a long ass time. And they was on Suge ass a long ass time.
Yeah. Do you ever worry that they'll try to bring that case up again and charge you with something?
I don't think they can do that because the U.S. attorney gave me that deal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think they're a little bit bigger than a state case or a fucking county case. U.S. attorney. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Keefe D, appreciate you coming in and telling.
So Vlad straight up asked him, he said, do you think that Keefe D will ever... Here, I'll let you up, fam. He said, do you think that Keefe D will ever let you do that. Hey, you guys got to get some likes though. Make sure you guys get some likes though to the stream so we can get some more people up in here. All you got to do is double tap the screen. Doesn't cost y'all nothing. That's what helps get more people up in here so they can hear the conversation. So make sure you guys are liking the live. Thank you, Pro Light Skin. What's good, reality based? Here, let me make sure I can hear you. Okay, let me just make sure I can hear you. Yeah, you said you had some thoughts on it. Was it the Tupac? I mean, there's so many cases to keep up with right now, man. We got the Tupac. What's good, Jose? What's popping, bro?
Well, I'm a Pac fan. I'm from the '90s, and part of me is like, I'm surprised that this is even happening. That's one part, and then the other part is the facts of the actual case itself. It's a unique case in the fact that there is no ballistics, there is no scene, there is no, other than the lady coming in there explaining how and why he passed. There's, so that was the medical part of it, but there's no weapon, there's no, there's mainly just a confession that he confessed several times. I think somebody said 5, but it might be 6 altogether. And it will be the first time that somebody will be convicted on simply their own testimony, if indeed he is convicted, which more than likely that's going to happen because you've told on yourself more than once. That's the truth, because had he not said anything, we wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
So,
did you watch the Vlad?
The whole part about it.
No, I agree with you, and yeah, I'm a Pac fan too, so I feel you on that. Did you hear? And I'm gonna let you up, Pro Light Skin. I got you. I just wanted to hear your thoughts, reality based, real quick. Did you hear? I went back, as I was saying earlier, and rewatched the Vlad interview that he did with Keefe D, that most likely incriminated himself. And he said in the interview, Vlad asked him, I don't know if you heard the part where he said, like, do you think that they can bring this back up against you? And he said, nah, because he signed that deal with the U.S. attorney. So he felt like he was under that immunity, you know what I mean? Which is kind of strange, because it seems like they knew what happened and they were aware of what happened. But like you said, as long as he didn't go out there and say anything, he might have been fine. But they were aware of what happened, which is really interesting.
Yeah, and they was aware because of his own admission. I mean, he had a conversation with those people behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Not true. They taped it.
And it's funny, I said that too, and people said that was a conspiracy theory, but actually you go back, you watch the Vlad interview, it's actually true.
Yeah, I mean, it's record, you know what I'm saying? And that would have been fine had he stopped there.
Hey, what it was this is where Keefe D messed up. They were trying to, there was New York City had hired cops to find out the murder of Biggie Smalls. So they grabbed him as a suspect for that, and then as they were telling him, they said they would give him immunity, and he said, we didn't do that one. So then they were asking him which one, and what they did was they played him. He thought he had immunity because he signed that form, but you had immunity with LA cops about LA stuff. The crime happened in Las Vegas. When he got to what's the name, Las Vegas picked it up. They can't give you immunity for another state's jurisdiction.
Hi, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how
people jumping on.
he messed himself up. He got to thinking he had immunity, and Los Angeles weren't going to push charges because it was a crime that did not happen in Los Angeles. It happened in Las Vegas. So he been running around thinking he had an immunity, and it was a fake immunity to get information, because even the cops, once they found the information, they couldn't publish it because the cops got railroaded on some stuff where they were bribing witnesses and all that stuff. So So that's why Keefe D fell for it. And then he didn't just do the Vlad interview. BT did a documentary on Death Row. He admitted to what he did. Keefe D talked about how he drove up to Club 662 and how he was coming there looking, and they said we wouldn't even seen Pac, but Pac was jumping out the car showboating for some females, and we hit a U-turn on him. Like, he described everything that he did. He said when we shot him, he jumped in the back seat, all that. Like, he had details that only they would know. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to hear what you was going to say with the other dude, but I guess he jumped off. I guess he felt intimidated. Shout out New Village for the follow, though. What you got to say?
I actually looked that stuff up.
Same here. Yeah, he explained that in the Vlad interview, too. He also said that in the Vlad.
Because
Thank you for the coins, fam.
And he was hired, and Keefe D, the reason how he even got him home, he was hired as security for Sean Puffy Combs because they were nervous coming to L.A. because Suge had the Mob Pyrus with him. So he hired their ops to be his security. Yeah. Which that's when the Source Award stuff happened.
Yeah. All that was in the Vlad interview. That was all in the Vlad interview. Vlad covered all that.
So the Tyson, what happened with the Tyson fight and how he railed himself up, he said Orlando did the shooting, but he gave him the gun. And then they said, why? They said, how come they didn't find nothing? They said the car was a rental. We parked it in the garage after we shot him, and I put the gun on the tire. And he said we walked out with the crowd.
And the gun was gone. Yeah. New Village. What you guys say about this? What's good?
I don't give a fuck about no 2 points. Yeah, charge that to the street. That was 30 years ago, man.
That's what the game said.
But people been said Baby Lane did it. Like like when they went back to Compton, there was a bunch of people that got unalive behind them. Like, so they knew, the streets knew.
It happened, man. That's the past. It's deep shit. But I feel like, hip hop fell off.
Mainstream, definitely, right? Is what they saying. Well, I mean, this all has to do kind of with the hip hop, like how you have all these cases and trials. I mean, let's not forget about the Lil Durk case too that just started today. Like all these cases, man, it's crazy how hip hop is centered around all this crime and destruction, especially within the black community.
You want to know what it is? Y'all got away with it in the 90s and 2000s, and then now these kids they're hip to what's going on. You can't lie and say this is music. They know exactly what's going on now.
There's more violence now.
Yeah.
It was back, to be honest with you.
I mean, it was going on.
Good point.
Like now, cause people forget, like Murder Inc. caught a RICO case. Like people was catching them cases. It was just, you know what I mean?
It wasn't as much.
It's just now people are cooperating.
Right now, man. It's way more violent right now.
Yeah, you're right. It's way more. I think both of y'all are right. It's way more violence and people are snitching way more now.
Hell yeah.
Well, nah, it's just they catch you. We in a world where everything's on a cell phone and everything's on a camera light, so you're not about to get away with it.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, we didn't have cell phones back then or the internet. We didn't have podcasts, but now you got people like incriminating themselves on podcasts, which is what Keefe D basically did.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of gatekeepers.
Because people don't know there ain't no statute of limitations on murder. Like you can get caught up. Yeah, you can get caught up.
I feel like
at any time for that.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What you saying, New Village?
There's a lot of gatekeeping going on too, man. I feel like the LGBTQ community ruined hip hop.
Thank you.
Keep it above.
I agree with you on that, fam. Thank you so much for saying that, man. I've been saying that. Like we should have never let that. I don't think the real hip hop heads ever did, but they should have never let that into the culture.
Bro, it been in the culture, bro. I like the Zulu Nation nigga. It was a bunch of them.
Nah, but he wasn't out there with that. I met him personally. He shouted out my company.
Diddy's an older nigga,
yeah,
bro. Like,
you talking about? But when you said Zulu Nation, though, Diddy ain't Zulu Nation. That's African Bambaataa you talking about. But African Bambaataa wasn't out there saying that he's gay, though. The African Bambaataa wasn't out there preaching that.
In there kissing on Wayne and them, like they been doing this shit.
Yeah, but we'll speak on the New Village. Let him talk. What were you saying about the LGBT? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Man, because over here, man, I'm in Hartford, Connecticut, you feel me?
Okay.
And we have like one radio station It's like a main radio station out here. It's Hot 93.7. And these dudes is fruitcakes, man.
That
These
run the
dudes is
station?
fruitcakes. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. They fruitcakes, and they don't want to play, you know, people from around here. You feel me? They don't play no music from around here. And then I know a couple of hot artists that they could have popped off. They sent the music. Then these dudes in their DMs trying to mess with them and shit like that. You feel me? The dudes from a radio station. And they don't, and you feel me? The dudes in the hood don't want to mess with them. So they blackball them. You feel me? They ain't gonna play their shit because they don't want to let them crack. That's some weirdo. That's some fruitcake
Hey,
stuff.
and let
man.
me tell you something. They've been doing that since beginning. I think that payola shit that Master P, Jay-Z, and them was doing, because now it made it where they're not looking for talent. They looking for who got a bag, and they don't care how the music sound.
Yeah.
We're gonna pay who play. We're gonna play who pay.
Well, that too, but if not, you gotta fuck your way in. I'm telling you right now, that's how it is. With the radio, Hot 93.7. I'm telling you right now, they wanna fuck your way in. It's either you pay or you fuck your way in. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how the record industry been. I feel.
But I ain't gonna lie. I don't think hip hop has fell off. I just think it just seemed like the buzz only surround the same people. Like because of streaming, artists are able to put out music a lot longer. Like a lot of these artists were done after 5 albums or done after 3 albums. Like the label wouldn't let them. They'll bring the next batch of niggas in. Now an artist can put out music till he's fucking 50 or 60, and you don't have to go listen to a new nigga. If I want to listen to Jadakiss all day, I can listen to Jadakiss all day. I don't have to listen to nobody new.
True. Yeah, I mean, I agree with both of those points, man. But I wanted to go back to the whole alphabet gang. That's what we call them, just to be cool on TikTok. Yeah, man. Like with the alphabet gang, I feel that I feel like you're right. It's been happening in the industry, obviously, for a long time. That's why we had the whole Me Too movement. But the thing is that I think nowadays it's becoming more and more open. Like they got rappers wearing purses and painting their fingernails. You know, rappers wasn't doing that back in the 90s. You know what I mean?
They was on the fashion. You want to know why Tupac was wearing Versace? Why they gave him all that free Versace? Versace was gay. He said that Tupac was one of the most handsomest mans he ever seen, and he gave him a bunch of free Versace shit.
I mean, that could happen, but Pac also wasn't going to be rocking a purse, though.
Biggie in the Big Papa video, he's trying to holler at a transgender in the whole video.
Yeah, but they didn't know that they didn't know she was transgender, or they didn't advertise that she was trans.
Standing up in the video.
They didn't. I know who you're talking about. She was in a lot of rap videos. She wasn't also just in the Biggie video. She was in a lot of videos, a lot of rapper videos. But they didn't know that she was trans. Like they didn't promote her as being trans. That's the difference. Now they promoting that shit. That's the difference. I see what you're saying. Pac's story about oversaturation has ruined the culture. Sound has sadly surpassed lyricism. Exactly.
But you know what I do love, man? I feel like that auto-tune died down, man. That shit's starting to fade away.
Well, because now you got AI coming. That's why.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, and I ain't gonna lie, and I feel like they put too much of the spotlight on the same person. If it ain't, right now in hip-hop, if it ain't Drake, Kendrick, or J. Cole, or Nicki Minaj, they're not, or Cardi B, they're not selling no fucking records.
Hey, yo, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Right now is the perfect time for a new artist to pop out. This shit's dead.
Yeah, it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring with all the same rappers. Man. They just talking about the same rappers all the time for like the last 3 years.
It's time for somebody to come out. It's gonna come. Somebody needs to come out soon.
But I feel like what's crazy is I don't feel like a new rapper's gonna really even take off. I feel like they're gonna have to come from those umbrellas. Like I think it's time for those artists to start bringing out new artists.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I mean, we'll see.
Like back in the day, the artists that were popular would bring out, like Eminem brought out a 50 Cent. Like they're not doing that. Like what's the point of them having companies? What's the point of having an OVO at Dreamville or whatever Kendrick shit if you're not bringing the next you in?
It's funny. I was just listening to an academic stream earlier today, and he was saying similar things where he said like, yo, like Kendrick don't really bring nobody out. Like he'll bring people out for the pop up, but he don't really like shout out other rappers or stuff like that from the West Coast.
Yeah, he ain't got no protege. Like it was every rapper had a protege. Like Wayne passed the mantle to Drake. Like everybody passed the mantle. Like you got to pass the mantle. That's part of your legacy. Like you know what I mean? Or the music because what's gonna happen is you're gonna fall all the way off, and then nobody can come out. You gotta like Yo Gotti kept his reign for so long, and Gucci kept his reign for so long because he brought out new acts.
What about the producers? You gotta blame the producers. The last time I seen a producer bring somebody, it was like Dr. Dre bringing out Eminem.
You right. So and I'm not gonna lie. And what they've been doing, they've been giving all the art. Timberland said that. He said they're not looking for artists. There's too many people making their own beats and stuff like that and selling them for the low and putting them on YouTube for the low. Like you can get he said you can get a Timberland beat for damn near under $100K and shit now. Like shit different. He said, and they just don't respect a older producer. They think they don't know the sound. But I just think, like, I didn't like that Timberland did all the music reviews and then signed to AI artists. That was crazy.
Right. And they also said he stole a lot of people's ideas.
People money and then you signed to AI artists.
Whitey Ford, I'm gonna let you up. Shout out, man, for the follow. Yeah, I feel you on that. And he stole people's music too. I heard too with that AI artist.
And then I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like this. Why hip hop has to be all independent artists is no other genre does that.
Yeah.
But hip hop, because they're trying to devalue it. They're trying to get you to scam the artist into paying everything.
Nah, they put you in a 360 deal. You get one hit.
I know, but look, but this is what I'm saying. You're never hearing a Taylor Swift, a Justin Bieber, a fucking none of them other motherfuckers talk about independence. They give them the budgets. They tell rappers to do all that independent shit and pay for their way in there, and then they don't really give them a budget. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, like Timberlake, Taylor Swift, they're pop stars. They're profitable for the labels to.
But get what I mean. But
not put in a bad deal.
But you get what I mean.
Let him speak. Hold on. Pro life. Let him speak. Let him speak. We hear you, but let him say what he's got to say. He just jumped on. What you saying, Whitey Ford? Like, say what's up.
I forget. Shit.
You said they pop stars.
I was saying pop stars. Pop stars like Timberlake and Taylor Swift. They're long-term profitable for the label. They're not one-hit wonders that get chewed up and spit out one-hit song on to the next one. So they would not put them in a 360 advanced deal where you got to sell so many records to get something back because they already proved themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they even said pop splits are different than rap splits. They said when you do a pop split, everything's 50-50.
I wouldn't doubt that even for country
Daniels
music.
was talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make money if you're going to be independent. You got to make money touring and like selling merch. You got to have a team. Like,
it's almost like they tell you to be an independent artist because they don't believe in what you're doing. They want to see it work first.
You know, like Tech Nine, for example, is one of the richest rappers in the world. He's not my favorite, but like, I respect what he's done. Like, he's certainly talented.
Mm-hmm.
He's stayed 100% independent. Even like Master P putting out No Limit, man. Come on, you know how many millions that man has?
I know, but even Master P had to do a deal with him. He said, I told people to be independent, but I had to sign a deal with them eventually because we got to make this money.
Yeah. Yep.
Shout out to Ram for the follow. Yeah, I mean, but to go back what you were saying about rappers probably not getting the same deals as pop stars, why do you think that is?
I think that's by design. Like, that's just the way the industry works. It's you know, you get a little bit of money, you think that's gonna last you. Like, I'm sure you remember Rap Superstar by Cypress Hill.
Yeah, Be Real's my homie. I know Be Real and Muggs. Yeah.
I'll tell Be Real I said what up.
Oh yeah. That's my peoples. I ain't seen him in a minute, but yeah, Be Real's my peoples. Smoke with him and everything. That's my peoples.
Hey, but you want to know why I feel like they get a different deal than the other one? Because I think the culture is ran by people that don't understand it, so they don't understand why stuff catches on. Like, it could be music they think isn't talented and it catches on.
Have you ever seen the Bobby Shmurda audition video where he's like, it's a room full of suits, And
Nah,
he's
so look
like
that up.
dancing on tables, like rapping along to his vocals, trying to
Is it
impress
on
you.
YouTube?
Yeah, if you look up Bobby Shmurda audition.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
auditioning for the labels.
Yeah, it's a boardroom, and he's like dancing on the tables. Like, I hate to say, like he's like,
Like tap dancing for the white man?
yeah, I think that's probably the appropriate term.
Like bam, I see it right here. I just pulled it up on YouTube. I'm also streaming on YouTube, just let you all know.
Word.
Yeah, I see it. He's wearing the red shirt, right, with the black pants?
I believe so, but he's literally just like these suits are like. Can we market this? Like, can we make money on this guy?
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. He's out on the street, so sign him. Yeah.
How did he even get that audition is the other part.
Because he went viral the same way.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Hey, the same way, I'm not gonna lie, another person they didn't understand was Jeezy. They didn't understand why he was hot. They knew he had something to do with BMF. They knew a lot of his drunk music didn't even rhyme, but the streets gravitated to it. Like, he was selling out a mixtape, so they was like, let's put a bag behind it.
No, I still most recently listened to a bunch of old communities. Like, that shit makes you want to go and get your own corner.
That's crazy that the labels make you perform for them in the office like that, and they all just sit around the table and look at you.
I think it's sad, you know?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
See, but this is also how these artists flock too, because the thing about streaming, all those streams can be bought. So you could have 1 million streams, but then don't really have no audience. Back in the day, they wanted to see you perform in your hood, your area, to see if you really was that guy. You feel me?
Yeah. Thank
So
you,
now all this is
Info
fake.
Pleat, for the coins. Yeah.
Yeah, man, yes. It's the same as pop.
Where y'all calling from? Just out of curiosity.
They don't have long careers.
Yeah, because and they're not doing artist development, so they're not teaching these artists to laugh.
Yeah, they're not touring. They're like riding off a couple hits. Like, it's a tough industry. Like, and also, one other thing is, I don't like it when someone pigeonholes themselves and says, if like you meet them, like, hey, what's up? Like, oh, I'm a rapper. Like, you are just a rapper. Like, you gotta be
More than that nowadays.
You gotta be a whole.
Just like I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you who they mismanaged too. That guy. He was real impactful. Chief Keef. They thought they were trying to build him up to be the next 50 Cent. They said his deal was going. Yeah, his deal included movies, all that shit, but they didn't check him. Because the smarter idea would have been to give Chop the money. He's the producer. You could have had access to Durk. You could have built a whole Dr. Dre type situation out there.
Get him some handlers or something. Keep him out of trouble.
Someone said Jesse Diddy killed hip hop.
They said Chief Keef, they even gave him 50. They even tried to shoot a video with him and 50 and Wiz Khalifa. He didn't show up to play Madden. You feel me? Like, because he didn't care about rapping.
Yeah.
So these are the type of people that they're signing. Like, he don't even care to do what he's doing. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
I get that. Y'all know Method Man was never an aspiring rapper. He was just their weed dealer. And they put him on the mic and he put out like one of the top 5.
He has a good voice, that's why.
Top 3, top 4 solo albums.
Yeah, he has a good voice. Sometimes it's all about the voice too, like Gangstar said.
yeah, it's your voice. And I think that's what sold Jeezy. He had a voice. He had a raspy voice that was unique.
Yeah, Jeezy liked to drink. Jeezy liked to smoke.
Man, that nigga just, hey, he'd be like this. He's like, patty cake, microwave. That's all he did. Damn, just be in the background doing that. But he sold 2 million records.
I can't do it right. Our voice shot. No, man. She's dope. Like,
and I do feel like that's part of a longevity rapper. If you got a dope voice, you're going to sell. Yeah.
And you're partnering up and collaborating with other artists, and you're all getting bread.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the comments. Ross made an interesting comment right here. Shout out Ross. He said hip hop is great, but fans don't want to admit that they are aging out of the trends.
That is true. That is true. That is true. And I feel like this: every music goes downhill. There's only so many ways you can rap about the same stuff.
Well, yeah, a lot of rappers are just rapping about the same shit, and I think people are kind of getting tired of it. I think people actually want to hear more consciousness.
And I hate to say it, we don't want to admit it, but a lot of those sales in the 90s and 2000s were out of curiosity. You know what I mean? Like a lot of suburbia was buying the record because they wanted to know what the hood was like, and now they know. So now they're just buying Eminem and the shit they want to buy. They're not buying every rapper that come out.
Yeah, Duran just jumped on the chat. Duran, did you have something to say? What up, Duran? Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, I was
Appreciate
just listening to y'all. Do I think hip hop fell off? Just depends. I mean, mainstream is gonna always be mainstream. There's gonna be the bullshit, and there's gonna be the top dogs like Kendrick, Drake, Cole, and you're gonna have the old, you know, all your new dudes, whoever you want to call, like Uzi and all them young boys, even though they're getting older now. See, I'm not too, I don't really pay attention too much to the younger dudes that are coming out now, because I can't really listen to it. It's just like the same shit repeated over and over and over, and nobody's doing nothing different.
True.
Right. And it's a fact that, like, that's how I felt. I felt like Dave East should have blew up, but he just raps like everybody else. Like you got to be more than a. I feel like Dave East, if I was an A&R for him, I would have him do more female songs like Fabulous. I felt like he could take off more like that. You know, I think he could play him more like Fabulous, because Fabulous could rap, but the female records is what set him apart. And if you look at Dave East's top records, it's Perfect with Chris Brown and a song with Jacquees. It's female records, and I don't think his team knows that.
You saying Jay-Z?
No, I'm talking about Dave East.
Dave East. The dude who played Method Man on the Wu-Tang series.
Yeah.
Oh man, that show lost me because I couldn't keep him straight. That's the only part about that.
And I also think that's what made Method Man peak too, because he did All I Need with Mary J. Blige. Y'all gotta start doing more of the R&B collabos. Yeah.
But that's on the artist too, though. The artist has to realize that themselves.
ODB and Mariah, you know the whole story.
But look, back in the day, they would have forced you to do those songs. They're not forcing them to do that now. They're not making them make them type of records. They just, whatever you was doing before, we just gonna put a little bag behind you and put our name and let you do what you've been doing. They're not. That's part of artist development. You got to teach them how to make different type of songs. Because females, because I ain't gonna lie, females and YT people are who buy the most hip hop music.
I can speak on that. I had a job when I was 15. I was buying 2-3 CDs every Tuesday when they came out.
Yeah.
I mean, I was even like buying the, you know, ODB. Go look Papers came out. Like,
hey, I went to an Ice Cube show. It was nothing but white people and girls out there.
Yeah, I've been to Ice Cube. Yeah, I've seen that too. Shout out Info Pete. I see your comment too. The other elements are included in hip hop. Rap was just the message that went away. But my bad. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I saw Ice Cube and he came out with Natural Born Killers, which to me that's the hardest song ever of the night.
It was.
And nobody knew it. I'm like,
and that's what they. Oh, and I love that Trick Daddy Let's Go with the Ozzy Osbourne sample. That's all.
Yeah, Ozzy.
Let's go. That shit was.
R.I.P. Ozzy, man. What a.
And even DMX, I saw him performing at Woodstock, man. He had them motherfuckers in a mosh pit going crazy.
Where'd you see him at? What city you in? Or what city did you see him at?
I seen DMX when I was in Atlanta, like later on, because I was born in '95, but I seen like the videos of him going crazy. Like,
But you in the South? Like, I kind of hear the Southern accent. You in the South?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Word. Yeah. I know it's a little different out there. Nah, Atlanta be cracking though. I've been out there a couple times. Yeah. No, that's cool.
Outkast didn't fall off so hard.
But you know what's funny? A lot of people say Outkast, but people don't even be putting them on the Rushmore like that. Like
I do. Andre 3000 is in my top 5 rappers of all time. Andre 3000 is in my top 5 for sure. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's crazy? I like Andre, but I feel like he's kind of gassed up a little bit, man. Like,
nah, man, his verses on Southern Player.
Like, he don't even have his own solo project, so.
Damn,
That's what I'm saying. I think the problem is his catalog. He really don't got the.
Yeah.
But his verses though, his verses on Southern Playalistic though. I don't think Southern Playalistic
is top notch.
I don't think Southern Playalistic would have did anything if it wasn't for Andre. I don't think Big Boy could have carried that by himself.
But look, I feel like Andre was like a pop star. Like, hey,
yo, Andre. I know this for a fact because I worked in the record industry, and I worked in the record industry back in the '90s before you was right when you was born. You said you was born in '95, right? I was already working in the record industry in '98. Let me tell you this, so when you was 3 years old, I helped push Aquemini. Okay, let me tell you, I know I look younger than what I am. But I was already working in the record industry in '98. Let me tell you this. Aquemini was like one of the greatest albums that ever came out in hip-hop. A lot of people considered that 5 Mics in the Source. But not only that, I think Andre, that album is completely Andre. Even though that's an Outkast album. And Big Boy's dope too. Big Boy's dope too on that. But if you go back and listen to Aquemini and Anti-Aliens a little bit too. But Aquemini... Man, Andre's verses on Aquemini, it's insane, dude. It's insane, yo.
What else is on that, man?
I mean, the first 3 albums that Outkast dropped was an incredible run.
Hip hop, nobody really borrows from the Outkast tree for real. Like,
yeah, I mean, their first 3 albums are incredible. It's not just like their first 3 are just dope. They're all classics. Southern Playalistic, Anti-Aliens. And then Aquemini. That 3 right there is a run is probably one of the best 3 album runs other than what? Eminem. Some people will say, I know people will disagree, but some people might say Jay-Z, maybe Nas. I don't know who else had like a 3 album run like that. Like all 3 albums are kind of classics.
3 album run wasn't really 3 albums.
Yeah, it was 2. It was more so Illmatic and It Was Written.
It was 2, yeah.
Jay-Z, really, maybe kind of, sort of.
It was written, though, feel like the better album out of the 2.
I like Illmatic better. Still to this day, I like Illmatic better.
See, cause look, I'm gonna show you something that you probably didn't know. You know, Illmatic didn't even go gold till after.
Yeah, I know. Man, I was there, homie. I was there. Yeah, it sold 30,000 copies in the first. It went platinum like 2. And not to mention, we had the executive producer on one of my streams. MC Search jumped on one of my streams like last week.
He's on here heavy. That's dope.
Yeah, you know Search. Yeah, Search is executive producer. He jumped on my stream.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that should show you how much I know what's up. You know what I mean? Like I had the executive producer of Illmatic and It Was Written on my stream.
Right. How many youngsters know about the gas face? Right?
Exactly. With MF Doom, by the way, with the fact that Doom was on that track, early Doom before he became Doom. Remember he was Zev Love when he was Zev Love.
Yeah. Yo, what I love. I got 5 on it. The West Coast remix.
I know them too, man. Loonies. That's where I was working. I was working at Virgin, New Tribe.
But look. Shock G turns into Humpty Hump mid-verse.
Yeah, and Shock G was also the reason why we have Pac, in a way.
Yes, absolutely.
Not to mention that I know Layla Steinberg, who's my mentor too, or was one of my mentors. She was also the mentor for Tupac. She's the one who introduced Tupac to Shock G.
Dancer for Digital Underground. That's so wild.
Right, but I'm just letting you know, like how Tupac got into Digital Underground was through my mentor Layla Steinberg.
Are you based out in New York?
I'm in LA.
LA, okay.
Yeah, that's how I know Layla, all them. Like that's what I'm saying. Like yeah. I mean, I like to let people talk, but hey, y'all got to check my resume. My resume is thorough. You know, like you can check the YouTube. You can go to you can look up beatGrade. I'm all around. I'm not just on TikTok. Like I'd say my resume, you see more of my work on YouTube than you'll see on TikTok.
Do you flip? Do you flip or what do you specialize in?
I do beats and rap too myself, but now I'm doing a little bit more of the journalism. You know what I mean? Gotcha. Like luckily, even TMZ shouted out to me, had me on. You know what I'm saying? So, just because my hip hop knowledge goes so deep, but not just that, but like I've worked with a lot of cats.
Like,
Hey, but
Like a lot of cats, let me just say this real quick. Like a lot of cats don't even know who Layla Steinberg is. Like Layla Steinberg is a big deal in the record industry, and she's like the reason why Tupac even became who he became was because of Layla.
But you want to know something funny? Did you hear about Ted Fields' daughter? She heard his demo in a thing, and that's how he got signed to Interscope.
Possibly. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, but he was already big with Digital Underground. Like when he did Same Song, he already was out there.
But I'm not gonna lie. But this is what they even say with that. They say he was a roadie. He really hadn't moved. Cause even Pac said it himself. He said when I did Poetic Justice with Janet, I took Janet to one of my shows. Nobody was here. He said after that movie came out.
Yeah, but Poetic Justice came out in what, like in '91? That came out like I remember that. I saw that movie in the theaters when it came out.
I just know Pac didn't get his first #1 album to like the third one.
Yeah, that might be true. No, Me Against the World is his best album, I feel. Poetic Justice came out in '93. Yeah, I remember when we went to go see that movie in the theaters. But this is the point that I'm saying though, is that Layla was the one who introduced Pac to Shock G. If you go back and you watch the Tupac movie, that I know it wasn't that great, but you go back and you watch the Tupac movie starring Demetrius, it even shows that there's a character playing Layla Steinberg in the movie who takes him to the studio.
It's Maggie from Walking Dead.
Yeah, she plays my mentor, Layla, who introduces him. So like I think like Interscope got the demo, all this and that. I'm just saying like his first song, his first verse was technically with Digital Underground. And I'm just saying, like, because Layla was in Oakland. Layla ran the Bay Area. She was like, when Pac went to Oakland with his mother, Layla was good friends with Tupac's mother. Layla used to do these mic sessions, which I think she still does. And Pac used to be one of the people who's a mic. You know who Layla's managing right now? She's still in the game. She manages Earl Sweatshirt. Yeah, so she's still in the game. Like that, like go watch my YouTube channel. That's how I got interviews with Earl Sweatshirt. It's through my homegirl Layla.
You know what I'm mad about? I'm mad that I wish like Snoop got that doggy style and he not really signing people. Like I would have loved for him to sign like Death Row could have been lit. Like I would have loved him to sign a Mozzie or a YG. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think he's doing his own thing right now. Look,
doing cookbooks, coaching football. He's got whole children's albums. Like,
and he's got his own. He's got a new food line out. You know, yeah, Snoop is doing fine, man. He's doing his thing. He's definitely shout out to Snoop.
Him to really put on for West Coast music, like the new generation of West Coast. Like I would have loved him to get them under his wing.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see if he does it. We'll see. I mean, he definitely doing his thing with the label. What's good, Tyler? I'll let you on. You got something to say?
What's good, brother? You doing all right?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. How are you, man? Appreciate it.
Oh, I'm doing good. I love all this talk about the old school hip hop, man. Like Tupac, Jay-Z, Biggie, Snoop, like all that, man. That's what I'm about in here.
Thank you for the likes coming in too.
But you know who the modern day Tupac though?
Don't say NBA YoungBoy because it ain't him. It ain't him at all.
Don't say NLE Choppa either.
Nah, hell no. It's not NBA YoungBoy. It could be NBA YoungBoy. It could be NBA, but he ain't coming with the consciousness though.
He ain't coming with the sales either like that either.
Yeah. Tupac already accomplished way more than NBA YoungBoy at a younger age.
You gotta remember too, the ladies gotta love him too, cause the ladies love Tupac.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, like he was, and the only one I could see like that, man, I ain't gonna lie, that boy Drake doing it.
Yeah, I mean
he got put on, bro. He got put on by Lil Wayne.
Yeah. I mean everybody gets put on, bro.
And 2 Chainz and no, I got you. I get that.
Yeah, everybody gets put on.
Boy. Host, you have a
I
podcast
ain't
on YouTube?
gonna lie. Titty Boy was out. he needed Drake for that feature. Like Drake was already Drake.
He needed to change his name.
Yeah, but he put on ASAP. He put on ASAP on that. He put on Drake. He put on Minaj. Like he put on all them.
No. Hold on. And then this is what you gotta understand too. Drake had his own motion from Houston too. Like he already was doing stuff. Like they even said when they signed Young Money, Drake and Nicki were the ones already on tour doing their own shit. He said Wayne had to do a lot to get them to. He felt like that. And it's funny, those are the only two people from Young Money that took off because they didn't need Drake. I mean, they used Wayne as a platform, but they already had their own motion. Like if you go look, both of them did songs with Trey Songz and was on the Billboard before that. Like everybody
well, that's how
else
you get
waited on
signed.
Young Money.
That's how you get signed these days. Is you got to have motion before. They ain't looking at anybody really just off the cuff. Like you got to have some kind. That was back in the 90s and the 80s. Like if they heard a demo tape and they'd be like, okay, I think we could do something with this artist like Biggie and stuff. But I think nowadays it's about you got to have some motion already. You got to be out there like making noise.
Because people don't know this. When Drake, when Wayne first heard Drake, he said no.
Yeah, exactly.
And people don't know this.
Jay like he
Prince
didn't even like Drake. Exactly.
Hey,
it was really
Jay
what's his
was
name?
Putting them out. Like that's why he like Houston, my second hometown, because he
homeboy in Texas.
He said I was going on tour with E-Mac and Yo Gotti and
Rap a Lot
House and stuff.
Right? It was Rap a Lot Records. Jay Prince.
Yo.
Yeah, he was the one.
Yeah, for real. That's what Sir Mix-a-Lot came out of.
Yeah, Rap a Lot was dope.
UGK and all them.
I'm aging myself right now.
Fell off. Young says it fell off.
You put $18 on.
Love Drake, but it's not the same. I hear you on that.
Yeah. Drake kind of fell off only because of the Kendrick stuff.
Yeah, did you hear about Game? Did you check out Game's new album?
What do you mean by fell off, though? What do you mean by fell off?
He didn't really fall off. I guess I'll rephrase that. He just ain't ever been the same, bro. Like
Since when, though?
No, he's bigger.
Since when?
Since 2025, 2024.
I feel like Drake only really shines.
Drake will never. Drake is gonna be at the top as long as he wants to be. He's still at the top right now.
You already gone. Okay.
Even after he lost the battle.
Yeah, his Iceman album was pretty dope, I thought.
Yeah, and then this is what y'all don't understand. Every time he's doing it, he's breaking a record. He's breaking something. That's something they're gonna write in the history books later on.
Well, he studied from Jay-Z. Jay-Z lost the battle to Nas too, but still like came back. You know, that's what a lot of people say.
The beatGrade podcast.
Which one?
beatGrade podcast.
Yeah, that's me. beatGrade. Yep.
What's up? What's Sid Brown? That comes up when you search
Sid Brown?
Yeah, as a profile. It says SYDBRXWN.
Not sure. I'll have to look that up.
It might just be some random YouTube being stupid.
Yeah, some people, once you start getting big, people try to copy your name and shit. But, yeah, thanks. I'll look it up. You said SYDBRXN?
It just came up when I searched beatGrade.
But if you search beatGrade, one word, like how it's spelled right here in the profile.
Yes.
BEATGRADE, like a. But yeah, if you go to the YouTube channel, that should pop up.
Yeah, I got it.
You see some of the interviews that we did. We did interviews that went viral.
Yeah, how can represent Egypt? What else?
KRS-One.
I just subscribe to the YouTube.
Oh, thanks, fam. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Those are only two platforms I really take seriously is like YouTube and TikTok. The other ones I kind of like whatever. Like Twitter is like on some other shit now. Instagram, I don't even think Instagram's really a thing anymore, man. Like, I don't think Instagram. Like I like my homies that are on Instagram. I'll be like, yo, man, is Instagram even a thing anymore? Because it's like I don't hear about no rappers or nothing on there.
You're not breaking nothing on Instagram. Like you post a story.
Shadow ban everybody.
Yeah, they shadow ban everybody. Exactly. It seems like they're trying to push. They're trying to push like OnlyFans models on there more so. That's all. It's like digital. Yeah, it's digital prostitution up on there.
You know what I'm saying?
They ain't talking about no hip hop on there. That shit is like damn near a porn site now.
Yeah, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, that's what.
Random.
And people say, oh, it depends upon who you following or what your algorithm is. Now that ain't true because I got burner accounts. And even when I jump in on my burner accounts, I still see the same stuff popping up in the feed. You know, it's just like I feel like TikTok is a little bit better. I feel like if I want to like learn about some new rappers or new people coming up, it seems like TikTok is definitely pushing. I mean, I think this is what it is too, man. I think TikTok is the new radio. You know what I mean? Because
the only thing I hate is the like restrictions on like the way you are able to speak and like some stuff is okay.
That's
like,
what's crazy too, because you'll see people talking crazy, saying F this, you know, going crazy, cussing, but then I try to make a video barely saying anything and they take my shit down, but I'll see videos all day long, people cussing, white people saying
I see that too. I see that. I think it's about like how long you've been doing it for and how often you go on, because I remember that a lot of my streams, like how I'm doing right now with y'all, would get flagged like right away. They would get flagged too, but then when I started doing it more consistently and jumping on here, they kind of like let up a little bit. So I think it's like, they let it ride. They want to see you get some numbers and see you build up first, and then once you build it up and they see you got a little bit of a following, then I think they let it ride a little bit more. But you're right, because there would be times. I mean, it depends though. It does still happen here and there, because there were times where I would jump on here and say some shit, and then all of a sudden they just like flag me for misinformation, and I was like, I was speaking the truth.
Is it people reporting or just the AI?
Probably a little bit of both. In the beginning. I don't know if people really do that as much anymore, but seems like you're doing your thing though, Dwayne or Duran. I see you got over 190 to almost 200K followers, so it looks like you're doing your thing.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been working much for the last 6 months or so, but because I stopped taking it so serious because of TikTok, and they, you know, every time I would post any of my videos, they would take them down for shit I was saying in my music, and it's just like, damn, how can I promote myself? But yeah, about a couple years ago, one of my videos blew up, and you know, it was a little controversial, some of the stuff I was saying in the song, so it blew up pretty big. And
so that's what you do on your page, because I can't see the page while I'm streaming. But yeah, go ahead.
When you say controversial, what do you mean, bro?
I don't really want to say it on here, like, you know, just
it's all good, man. It's all good.
Talking certain things about a certain community.
Oh, the LGBTQ.
But you know, people taking it the wrong way, and the people that don't like it, they report your video and
that'll
all that.
definitely get it flagged. Get it flagged. If you talk about two things, like two things for sure will get you flagged. It's the talking about the alphabet gang and talking about the pandemic. Those two things will get you flagged. Maybe not as much anymore because we know we kind of threw it now. But I remember back in the days, like if you went on YouTube talking about the pandemic, boom, they would just demonetize your channel like nothing. Like anybody that was out there telling people, and it's funny too because now, and I don't want to say too much, you're right, but it's like now we kind of see the truth. And it's like some of those people that were on YouTube were speaking the truth that they were cutting off.
Bro, I dropped a couple songs on YouTube, and the same exact thing happened to me in 2020, bro. I know exactly what you boys be talking about.
Yeah, man, it's like that's why a lot of them dudes like Sneeko and all them dudes were getting their YouTube channels banned. I mean, I think some of them got them back, but some of them still haven't even, like, I think Alex Jones is still banned from YouTube. You know, there's still a few others that are banned from there. It's just like, damn, dude, like, that's crazy.
Alex Jones is psyop a little bit, but he's right about some of this, like a lot of stuff he's right about.
He might be now. I mean, I think like once you get to a certain level of fame, I think they approach you. You know what I mean? Like they, like Joe Rogan too, man. Look at Joe.
Like, he did.
Yeah.
Remember when he brought up like they're turning the frogs gay? Like,
oh yeah. I remember that.
He was they ran on that though. Yeah.
Well, we supposed to have freedom of speech. Yeah, DJ Locker says we're supposed to have freedom of speech. That's a lie right there. We do not have freedom of speech, and also you're guilty until proven innocent.
Exactly.
That's true. You are guilty until proven innocent. Because I've been through the system myself, and I was like, man, I had to prove my innocence. I had to prove it. They were like, we don't want to hear shit until we get all the evidence, and then we're like, oh yeah, maybe you are innocent. And it was like, but still, I had to go through all that crap to prove my innocence. So I was like, nah, man, you are straight up guilty until proven innocent in this country. Not to mention what else is going on here. But I think that's kind of the reason, on a deeper level, beneath the surface, why hip hop sounds the way it does. You know what I mean?
Have you heard of the hip hop to prison pipeline?
Of course, by Ice Cube and Crazy Bone, right? They were the ones that put that out there.
Yeah, it was executives. I don't know if like Clive Davis or somebody was. It was the labels. They basically like before the '80s, hip hop was fun, like rapping and like having a good time.
Yeah,
and it was like
they used it to infiltrate, to say that they wanted to fill up the prisons because the people who own the record industries own the prisons.
Lifestyle and like want to be hard.
Yeah. And they glorified it. And I'm glad you said that, because I was watching like I said, I went back and I rewatched, because of this Tupac case, I went back and rewatched the Vlad interview that he did with Keefe D, the first one. And it was just like going back, because, this is like the video that allegedly incriminated himself. And it's just like, yo, man, he went and even like, there's some interesting things he says in that interview other than just the Tupac stuff. Like he talks about the prison system and how back then, in order to go to prison, like in the late 80s, early 90s, you had to do something like really bad in order to go to prison. Whereas nowadays, they send in people to prison for anything.
Oh, you get numbers of Look at Texas.
You go to prison for not paying child support. Exactly. You go to prison for stealing a loaf of bread at the grocery store. Like, oh, you stole bread like 2 or 3 times at the grocery store. You're going to prison now. Whereas he said, like, as back then, you actually like had to like really do something like violent or crazy in order to go to prison.
Attention, like, to a certain extent. I don't know. Obviously my experience is different than everyone else's, but
shout out Joe for the follow.
Head down, blah blah blah. Like, what was that? Was that echo?
No. I was just saying shout out to the follow for Hovo. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like now you gotta attract attention and you gotta stay out of like small town, like small counties type.
You said you gotta stay in a small town or stay out of a small town?
Away from the small town cops and the guys
yeah.
talking you going 37 at the county line.
Woo.
Like I live downtown. The dopest thing is it's kind of wild west down there, if that makes sense.
Where at? Downtown what?
Downtown Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I heard things about Ohio, like it's good and bad.
Ohio hip hop, to me, it's 50-year-old people that never made it, just not supporting each other. Like there's no like solid crews. Everyone's just like 50 years old still trying to have rap dreams.
That sounds like LA too a little bit though. It sounds like LA. LA's kind of the wild west too.
Yeah, no, that's the thing I like. Like I talked to there's a downtown cop I talked to, and he said he never made a traffic stop in his whole career.
Damn.
I'm like, noted.
Yeah, it kind of seems like overall, I was just thinking about this today, it kind of seems like it's going on all over the country. It doesn't really seem like it's just certain states. It seems like everywhere is kind of getting violent, getting crazy. People are on edge. I think everything's getting expensive. People can barely get by. The jobs ain't really paying a lot, but the rent keeps jumping. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. The groceries get high now, man. It's like, you think people are gonna pay for groceries?
Yeah, and I think that has a downfall to do with hip hop as well, because it's like people ain't trying to hear these rappers talk about how much money they got, and then on top of it, we know that a lot of these rappers are just lying anyways. Like they act like they got all this money.
That's like when somebody comes out authentic and real, they stand out.
Exactly, man. It's like a lot of these rappers talking like they got money, but it's really like the cars are rented.
Or like they on drugs and they really not. You know what I mean?
That's the
like
crazy
a lot
part.
of them are, but yeah, for real.
There's like talking about activists can't even get it anymore.
That's the crazy part, yeah, too. Talking about you're on drugs and you're really not.
Paul Wall had a song. I forget. A couple years ago. He was like, it's called two turn to make a grocery run. He is on that. He's on that lean, like for real.
Damn. Yeah, that's definitely pushing degeneracy. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't talking about like how to get your rent paid, how to like save your money, how to invest, how to like buy real estate. It ain't talking about nothing on that. Nothing.
No, I mean that's a think of how important a recent Paul Wall album is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I give him credit for what he's done, but like, nobody's checking for a new Paul Wall.
Right. Well, like you said with the what was the other thing one of y'all said? You said something about just like man, how it's just like it just seems like they all pushing just violence and degeneracy or y'all said about the child support. That's a crazy one too, man.
It's some labels though, bro.
Yeah, the labels are pushing it.
Yeah, they're pushing an image that is not positive.
It's the consumer too, though. The consumer really, that's what the consumer wants to hear. They don't really care about positivity and trying to make your life better and trying to get niggas to stay out the streets. Nobody wants to hear that shit, to be honest.
You got 9-to-5ers.
Who wants to put that on while they riding around in the car or in the club?
Yeah, I mean, I think music has its place. Like, yeah, when you in the club, you want to hear certain types of music, but then when you maybe not in the club, then this is what one of the cats said that I think makes a good point. And I actually heard this on a podcast too, where I think like back in the 90s we had more of a balance, whereas now it doesn't seem like there's really a balance. It seems like everything is just negative. Whereas like back then, it was a little bit more. There was a little bit like you had your NWAs, but then you also had like your Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? Like you had conscious rappers, and then you had negative rappers. You had Outkast. Like I think Outkast was speaking about positivity. You know what I mean? You had Outkast, but then you also had like Nas. You know, you had Mos Def.
De La Soul coming out right now.
What's that?
Imagine De La Soul coming out.
Oh yeah, De La. Exactly. One of my favorite groups of all time. You had De La. Tribe Called Quest, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You had all that. Like we had the gangster rap too. You had all that, but then you also had the conscious rap as well. But now it just seems like everything is just.
Nobody's got the attention span to listen to backpack or conscious rap.
I think it's changing. I think it's going back to that because I think people, like I said, people are just a little like it's oversaturated. But I do agree with what you said, Duran, about how people don't want to listen to that. But I also think it's like I think they just dumb down the culture too much because you can also see that on social media. Like when you go on social media, most of the things you see on social media are like stupid or degenerate stuff. None of it is really like educate. Not that it has to be educational, but it's like what do you see? You see girls twerking, you see fights. Or you see which rapper got beef with who, or who's in jail, who's locked up, who's fighting the case. That's all I see in the feed. And there's got to be way more going on in the culture than just that. There's got to be way more going on in black culture than just that. You know what I'm saying? Or in hip hop culture. Like there's got to be more that's going on than just who's getting in a fight. Like I was just going through my feed yesterday, and I saw the Baddies. You know that TV show Baddies that popped up. Where it's all these black girls just fighting each other. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all filming it on a TV set? Would you got people sitting around watching on couches like some slave master type shit? I was like, yo, that's some crazy shit, man. That Baddies, that's some really crazy shit, yo. That like, especially our people. That we allow that to ride.
They watching it though.
Yeah, exactly.
If the people weren't watching it, then they wouldn't make it. You know what I'm saying? That's just it has to do with a lot of the consumer. Like everything that you see is the consumer. That's what they want to see, so that's what they're gonna do. You know, if the consumer wanted to see more conscious rap and more, positive things in hip hop, they would do it.
Well, this is what it goes. It goes back to what.
Don't care about that.
No, I agree with you, but that's what I'm saying. It goes back to the comment that Whitey Ford made. That, like we said earlier about the secret meeting. I think that they've been dumbing down the culture for so many years that now the kids that are born, because it's mostly Gen Zers that are watching that shit. Most of the kids that are born think that that's entertainment and entertaining. Whereas I think if they would have tried to play that bullshit in the 60s. Nah, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X wouldn't let that ride.
You right about that.
Yeah, that wouldn't ride. They killed all the leaders. Or unalived, I should say. My bad, TikTok. They unalived all the leaders. So there's no black people out there telling people, hey, y'all shouldn't be supporting this. So I think they've done a good job, or their job, of just dumbing down the culture for years and years and years and years and years. It could even go all the way back to slavery. You know what I'm saying? But it's still like affecting us to this day.
Imagine having a. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. All right. Imagine having this conversation with a 20-year-old on the panel right now.
Some get it and some don't.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, some get it and some don't. Especially like a 20-year-old girl. Yeah, they grew up with their phone. They grew up with a phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am in my 20s.
But most of them, I'm saying not all of them, but most of them really don't, they didn't get to experience the 90s when you or early 2000s when you had to actually go out and buy CDs.
Yeah.
You didn't have these streaming services. Everything is at your hands. Access is in your hands. Everything.
Yeah, they didn't experience that.
The attention span had to be longer because the albums weren't the songs weren't coming like that, back to back to back to back.
Right. And you appreciated the music.
You had to wait like 6 months to a year for the next. Yeah, exactly.
And you appreciated it more too because you had to wait in line to buy it. It was like
Remember waiting in line to buy like concert tickets?
Oh yeah, all that. Even like I remember like when the album would drop and the artist would do like a signing, you'd have to wait in a line at like Tower Records to get the CD or get the tape. You know what I mean? Like it would be like a long line. You'd like a 2-hour wait to get the CD. Yeah, so it's like, or people would be sleeping overnight to buy like a Michael Jackson album.
That's right. We were. I feel like it's a form of like, I don't know, like growing up in that era, man. Forget about it. But to that effect, we still have everything at our fingertips now. So it's advanced, but we're still nostalgic for like what we grew up on.
I know, but now you got all these motherfuckers using AI for their music now, and it's so trash. It's so trash, dude. Like that's why I was in the comments earlier, beat. I was like, hey, throw on a beat and I'll freestyle for you, man. I'm a white boy, but it might suck, but here's the deal, like it's real, like.
No,
that's the thing.
We'll do the rap battles on the next one. How about that? We'll do a beat battle or rap battles on the next one. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to hear what some of y'all had to say. You know what I'm saying? I was about to jump out of here soon, but just hear what some of y'all making some good points though. So that's why you guys kept me on a little longer. Like y'all making some dope points.
It's good
I appreciate it.
Talk to like intelligent people that know. Like,
oh, thank you, man.
Yeah,
I see like one homie, like I see the other homie jumped off, but that was cool. I mean, I felt like he was kind of talking too much and talking over everybody, but
he took all his Adderall.
Yeah, exactly. He took all his Adderall and jumped out of here. It's just like, dude, you did like some people jump in here and try to say shit that it's like we already know all this, man. Like you telling us stuff that we already know. Like all you gotta do is go watch a couple of Vlad interviews and a few and a little bit of the court trial. And you're gonna know all this. You know what I mean? It's like it's funny how people do that.
I love the story about how Tupac got away with shooting two undercover.
Or shooting.
The thing is, though, they came at his ass and he shot one of them in the ass, and that was the thing. Like for real, dude. Like I love that.
And weren't they like harassing some kid?
Tupac.
Weren't they like
harassing?
harassing?
They were like messing with like a woman or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Pregnant woman, I think it was.
Yeah.
And he walked up and he defended her.
Exactly. That's like, so he didn't even really know technically they were cops, but yeah. I know.
I just love that he skated on that.
Yeah, I mean, Pac was definitely
as he should.
Yeah, this whole case is weird though.
Yeah.
So what y'all think? Like
since
yeah, what y'all think about the case? You think Keefe's gonna get off, or you think he's gonna get time, or you think he's going down for that?
I hope Diddy goes down for that, man. To be honest with you, but
they said they might bring him up.
I mean, Diddy ain't on trial. Diddy's not on trial. He's already in prison for what? Right. For the bull. I'm trying to watch my words.
No, you did.
For what he did or allegedly did, which I don't believe he should be in prison myself.
Right.
You know, a lot of people don't agree with that, but I
agree with you. I agree with you.
But
I hear y'all too. Keep talking. I'm gonna let y'all hold the floor. Keep going. I just gotta
as far as Keefe
I don't think Keefe D should be on trial either. My personal opinion.
I think it's just been so long, and what's going like his life is almost over anyways. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. If he goes, he goes. If he doesn't, I don't know. I really don't. It doesn't really bother me either way because I feel like the time has passed so long. I think they should just let it. Yeah, let it rest. Let it be what it is. We already know the stories. All the people that were in that car are already gone, except for Keefe D. And it's like he's an idiot for even saying any of that shit in the interviews. But he was doing it for money, attention. Yeah, doing it for attention and money. But so he gets what he deserves. But I don't know if he deserves it.
Y'all get
Come on, though, bro. Like I believe you. Like with some of that Diddy stuff, but like you don't think that he was all up on Usher, and that's why Usher's a little fruity and like
Meek Mill,
Justin Bieber.
He didn't go to court for Usher though. He didn't go to court for that. He didn't go to court for none of that.
No, he didn't go to court for that.
I'm talking about what he went to court for.
Oh,
that's all. We don't know none of that. We don't know. We don't know none of that. You know what I mean?
He was wild towards Bieber.
We don't know none of that. We don't. Until they come out and say that shit themselves, I don't want to hear nothing about it. You know what I mean? Until Bieber comes out and says, "Oh, he did this to me, that to me," I don't want to hear it.
No, there was a talk show. That talk show where Diddy put his hand on Bieber's leg and he kind of brushed his hand away or something. And he's like, so he said something really messed up, like, "Oh, you don't cross daddy" or something like that. Wild work.
Oh yeah, dude. No, it was on. Oh shoot, what is that?
Like Late Show or something.
Podcast. No, it's with his name starts with a C. I cannot think of what his name is, but he's always getting people on there and he's roasting them, huh? No. It's an it's a black guy, but he what is it called? It's called like the Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah. That's
Charlemagne.
What's his name? That's Sway. Charlemagne the guy.
Talking about
Charlemagne, dude. Charlemagne called Diddy's ass out and was like, so you told he played a video to Diddy, and Diddy was sitting there, and Diddy was like, "Yeah, I like it when you shove your finger up there."
You're talking about the Fabulous with Fabulous. It was actually Drink Champs.
Charlemagne was like, "No,
it wasn't Charlemagne. It wasn't
Charlemagne.
It was Drink Champs. It was Drink Champs."
Yeah, but he's talking about when they replayed it on the Breakfast Club.
Charlemagne. Oh, you mean Charlemagne called him out?
Yeah,
but the original
Charlemagne
interview was Drink Champs. Yeah, that was the original interview. Yeah.
If he rolls that way, he rolls that way. That's like, it is what it is. Whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is, right? Yeah.
But I don't think he should be in prison right now for something he didn't do.
Right, he's in prison. He's in prison for basically the freak offs.
Exactly. Like, if he's gay, I mean, I don't even know if I can say that word on here, but if he is, that's on his business.
No, I'll tell you why he's in prison. The reason why Diddy's in prison is because of that video that came out with Cassie. Had that video never came out with him beating her down in the hotel room or in the hotel hallway, I think he would have beat that case. He would have beat it. But because he did that to Cassie and everybody saw that video, I think they said, like, we got to give him some time for that. Because they knew that the public was going to be in outrage of him doing that to a woman. Had he never did that to her or never got caught on video doing that, I don't think he would have. I think he would have beat it. He would have beat the case. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. Yeah, for sure.
As a matter of fact, I don't even think he would have even had gone to trial if he had never. To me, that's the only reason why he is in prison. That's why they gave him 4 years. He's basically in prison for domestic violence.
For that, even though he wasn't even on trial for that. Yeah, for sure.
That's what it is. That's what it was. They said, "Oh, you beat that woman up. We gotta do something to you for that." Same thing with Keefe D. I think it's just like, man, he said that he thought he had immunity from the U.S. attorney. So he went around, started talking, telling his story, writing books.
I know, but
and then they were just
what
like,
a dummy for being a snitch on himself, though.
Yeah, it's like you're making Las Vegas Police Department and all these cops look bad. They're not gonna have you out there. Like, did you hear the game? The game just went on Vlad and said basically, let me see if I can pull that up for y'all. He basically just said, like, everybody in LA or everybody that's in the game knows who killed or unalive Pac and Big. Like everybody knows who it was. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, let me play this for y'all real quick. You guys have to
Was
hear
he
this.
talking about Diddy though?
Well, yeah, they brought that up about how he watch this. I think this just came out today, or you put up the clip. Let me see. I thought it was interesting because the game pretty much said the same thing I said. Let me see if you guys can hear this.
I feel like
Can y'all hear this?
Yeah.
the individual that
This is the game.
right. So arresting Keefe D after all this time for his role or his not role in, the Tupac, pointless to me, because the person Tupac got. And if you're from Compton or you're from LA and you're as deep in the streets as I am, then you know what's up.
Yeah, I've known about the Orlando story.
Who killed Tupac, who killed Biggie is no mystery to live in LA, man.
Biggie, I don't know. I'll be honest.
We gonna keep you in the not know, and
You can keep me the not know. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But the Tupac story, I've known for a good 15 years.
yeah.
And listen, I did the interview with Keefe that basically laid out the whole story, but this was after he already wrote a book about it.
Right.
But it's
You don't think that they didn't know that Keefe D was there, had anything to do
Yeah.
with it? They knew the whole time.
He had already testified. He had already confessed to it.
Right.
In the proffer agreement.
But his deal with the people ran out, and now they feel like they need a scapegoat. I don't. Who knows?
Well, I think it comes down to publicity.
Yeah,
Everybody, like I have police security that tell me, like NYPD security that say that they go into meetings and the chief of police say, okay, these are the stories that are on social media. We're going to focus on these ones, and the other ones we'll get to them when we get to them. So the millions of views that the interview got and all the other interviews he did put it on Las Vegas's radar, and here we are.
So you got him arrested.
Well, I mean, my interview, I'm sure, has some sort of contribution to it, but he decided to do the interview. If you're going to be involved, you want to write a book about it, I don't have a problem interviewing you about it.
Yeah.
It's not like I dug up the story.
So basically, he got himself wrapped.
So basically, that's what I was kind of saying right there, was that what the game said right there about how maybe the deal just ran up that he had, and they needed a scapegoat. And then not only that, but Keefe actually admitted in the Vlad interview that he made a deal. And they said you're gonna tell us everything that we want to know, and if you tell us everything we want to know, then you ain't gonna have to worry about going to jail forever. But if you don't, we're gonna lock you up, we're gonna lock everybody else up, and we're gonna take your family away and all this and that. So he clearly said that he made a deal with the U.S. attorney. So it sounds like to me, they knew what time it was and they knew what was up, but something happened. Something happened in the. I don't know, man. It's really strange. It's really strange that he would go out there and tell the story like that. And it's strange that the U.S. attorney made a deal with him and didn't decide to lock him up. You know what I mean? For that. Like, they let it ride, it seems like. Like, they were like, all right, you took out Pop. Or maybe you was involved in it, but,
I guess what I think is, like, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, like, 100%. I just... Diddy already had like a spotlight on him at that point, and I wonder if he reached out to him and told him, since he's a hitman, like,
Well, he did say that Diddy said that
about all this.
Well, no, my bad. Go ahead. I was just gonna say that he did say that Diddy called him and asked, like, did you do that? And he said he didn't say anything, but. You're saying that what? That you feel like the spotlight should be on Diddy, or what was that? I just want to make sure.
The spotlight, like Diddy was trying to, or the spotlight was kind of already on Diddy, so he was trying to push it over to that onto him.
All right.
And he took, he's taken the fall for it because he is the one who actually did it, right? Like, but
he didn't.
Ultimately,
somebody in the car
he was called to do it, right?
It's really strange, man. It seems like there's a lot of people that are involved in it.
Yeah, like his nephew or something, wasn't it?
It seems like there's a lot of people that were involved in it. It seems like Diddy was involved in it, but it also seems like...
Well, because the feud, the feud between Pac and Biggie and like all that.
Well, yeah,
and
but
Tupac
then
said,
remember when
fuck you and the clique you claim.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And Suge Knight went on the Source
all of
Words.
that.
But also, if you remember the Drink Champs interview where Kanye went on Drink Champs and called Diddy a Fed. Remember that? And that was like way before Diddy got locked up. That was way before Diddy got arrested. And Kanye already went on Drink Champs.
Kanye is crazy, right?
Yeah, and everybody said that Kanye was crazy. Everybody was calling him crazy. Everybody was like, "Oh, Kanye, oh yeah, he's crazy, or he doesn't know what he's talking about." And then they took that episode down. Remember, I thought that was really interesting too, because I think Diddy owns Revolt TV, which Drink Champs is on, and so they took that episode down. But then after Diddy got locked up, then they put the episode back up. That was really.
I think they took some of the things out of it, though. He was saying though.
They took some of them out. You can find some of it on YouTube, but yeah, I think they might have. You're right. I haven't gone back and watched. Luckily, I watched it when it first came out.
People too. He was talking about. I don't want to say who he was talking about because on here, but he was talking about the.
The tiny hats. That's what we call them. The tiny hats.
Yeah. He was talking about those.
There you go.
So.
The tiny hats. They clearly run all this shit. They clearly run all this.
Of course.
Like that's the reason why the record.
Oh, I got you, dude. That took me a minute. I'm sorry.
No, I've been doing this for a minute. I'm starting to learn all the code words. You know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, man. The Universal Music, Warner Brothers, Sony.
Yeah, for real.
It's all ran by them, 100%. Like it's so like they listen, man. They have the power to make whoever they want to make famous. They have that power.
For 15 minutes.
Yeah, for 15 minutes exactly. I think it's about if you want it longer. But like you got to do what you got to do to make it longer. But yes, they have the power to make whoever they want to make famous. Like they could take whoever they want, make them famous, or take whoever they don't want and make them unfamous. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get a little bit of traction on your own. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No, I just think. Do you think that like they have to? And I don't know how to phrase this for TikTok, but like suck dick to sell their soul, up in the. I think there's some of that involved as well, 100%. But like, I think that there's
absolutely,
dude, I'm for real. Like, I really.
I think
look
that this
at
is
the Nickelodeon,
how.
Dude,
listen, man, I think this is how J-Lo got to where she is. I think this is how Beyonce got to where she is. I think all of these women have been turned out by industry executives and people in the industry.
No, it's
like
sad.
Maya has even gone on to say this in interviews. That's why she's not as famous as she used to be, because like she can definitely sing.
But at that point, they are victims, but also at the same time, they got riches and fame and power through doing that. So at the same time, like, are they really victims at that point, or is it just that those people were scumbags? You know what I mean?
I think it's a little bit. That's what the whole Me Too movement was about. The whole Me Too movement was about that.
Because I feel bad for them. Like it's horrible, but like
that's
at
the way the industry is, dude. Like I said, I used to work in the record industry.
They're doing it, knowing what
they're doing what they know. Like let me tell you this, man. I think I said this on another stream. Like I remember when I was working. I worked at Sony and I worked at Virgin Records. These are two major mainstream record companies. And when I was working there, I gotta tell you, dude, there were so many beautiful women that worked there. Like so many hot chicks that worked there that I know that knew nothing about hip hop or music, but they were just fucking hot. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you, dude, when I went to work, I felt like I worked at like a model agency or some shit. It was crazy, dude. How many hot chicks worked there? Like all the girls that worked there were hot. I don't like now that I think about it. I don't think I remember seeing one fat girl working there.
That's freaking awesome.
I mean, but they all wanted to get chosen though. They all wanted to get chosen. They wasn't trying. I was just a A&R assistant. I wasn't like a big time executive there, so they didn't. I wasn't really getting play like that. But I would see, like, if you're like a big time executive or the big time A&R, or you're like the big time rapper or the artist or the singer, then of course all the women would flock to you. But it's like, now that I think about it, like seriously, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah,
like
what
I don't
if you're
think
an executive and you're a homosexual though?
Oh, well, that
like,
too.
You had that in there.
All I'm sure that was it. I'm just
No,
saying
I mean,
the
come on,
department
like,
that I worked at.
That goes deep.
Yeah,
that goes
That's
real
what
deep.
I'm getting.
Yeah, the department I worked in, I don't think there were any homosexuals in there, from what I know. I think all the dudes in there
Literally,
were. I think they were banging all the chicks that worked there. Yo, all the executives. I wouldn't be surprised. They were cheating on their wives and all that. They were cheating on their wives. I mean, come on, let's not forget how Mariah Carey got into the business. Mariah Carey married Tommy Mottola.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, that's right.
She didn't just hook. She was married to the CEO of Sony. She was his wife, and Tommy Mottola also had ties to the mafia. So it's like it's all connected, man. Like the whole gang, mafioso, drugs and music. It's all connected, dude. Like I said, like I've been doing this before the internet was big, man. Let me tell you something, man. I remember seeing pictures of J-Lo on the internet that were very revealing. That I think she got sponged. She got them sponged from the internet. Like if I knew that the internet was gonna turn into what it turned into, I would have saved those pictures. I've seen pictures.
Like,
I've put it like this, dude. Like I don't even want to say too much because you never know who's watching. But it's just like I'll say right now, man. Like J-Lo has footage of her. Like, how do I say this without being like you said to be PG-13? Let's just put it like this. Like she has.
Alicia.
Huh? Yeah, she has like footage of her like getting down with a bunch of dudes.
Damn.
That's unfortunate. That's how they.
I've seen it. I've seen the pictures with my own eyes, dude. I've seen the pictures with my own eyes. Like if I would have like this is before the internet became the internet. You know what I mean? Like this was before Facebook. This was before MySpace. This was before social media. This was like when people had pictures from their Kodak cameras and they were uploading them to the internet. Like
you getting them off LimeWire? You don't know if you're getting. Go ahead.
LimeWire.
I mean, I know Napster
get
too.
The song or a virus.
Yeah. It's like people were taking pictures from their phone, from their cameras, and they were scanning them, and then they were uploading them to the internet. So it wasn't like this is like way before cell phones, way before all this. This is like the internet's like this is dial-up. We're still in the dial-up era.
Do you think some of this has anything to do with like religious shit too? Like when they're throwing up like symbolism all the time, different sorts of like every single artist puts a circle with their 3 fingers up on their eye. Like what does that mean? You know, the triangles, the symbolism.
The Illuminati allegedly, like take Rockaware.
Right.
Rockaware got real dark. Like I don't know if you saw Jay-Z with the "Do What Thou Wilt" sweatshirt or something.
Yep. Yeah, I remember
You know
that.
that's church. That's Anton LaVey, like Church Sig.
Not to mention when he did the video with Swiss Beats, the on to the next one. That video was very symbolic. Where he's got the horns, he's got the video with the bull horns and the horns, and the goat, and then all that on the wall, and he's wearing all the black.
In your face.
Like,
Right in your face.
yo, go back and watch
even
the Jay-Z video on to the next one and tell me that ain't Illuminati.
Yeah, I'd have to watch it. Yeah, for sure. I'll have to look that up. But
go back and watch that video,
dude,
man.
one of his favorite songs from me is like Empire State of Mind, and he says something like
same album. Yeah, on to the next one is on the same album.
Not paying Dwayne Wade.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, go back and watch that video, man. That video is so symbolic. Like he has so many symbols in that video, and it's black and white. He's wearing all black. He's got the black shades on, rocking all like it's like straight up.
But he says something about like I thought it was something negative towards Jesus, but
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Well, he said if Jesus
not
came
that it
around
really
and paid
matters.
Dwayne Wade.
Like not that it really matters, but I think that
Beyonce actually had some crazy shit too in her concert. Like I forgot what it was, but she had something that like she had like a sign on the wall or on the screen that was like follow me into the next chapter or some crazy shit like that.
That reminds me of that Travis Scott. That was a ritual.
Oh, that's
in
what
your
people
face. The frequency they were using, like certain frequencies that like.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what they do. Travis Scott definitely
same
understands
with
that too.
World and all that.
Yeah,
Astro World with all like how many people died? Like 8 or 11? 8 people?
He's standing up there humming like it's devious.
Yeah, that was pretty strange.
And they walked through the mouth of Satan.
Yeah, it was like the spiral or whatever on the I forget exactly, but there was like a spiral, a vortex that was like allegedly like drawing the crowd in towards the stage.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was just
what do
looking
you
at some
think
of the
about that,
Jay-Z
Durant?
I don't like speaking on stuff. I don't really care too much about like the whole. Do I think there's some type of Illuminati? Do I think that certain people sell their souls? Yes. Well, when I say sell your soul, I mean give up your
give up your integrity or your
what's the word?
It's like ritual humiliation type.
Like they're not rapping about what they really want to rap
real.
about. They're rapping about whatever they want to for fame.
Yeah, you're basically selling out. You're selling yourself short, and you're doing it for money. So, but with the whole, sacrificing and shit, there's a lot of videos out there that can be very convincing, but it's like we don't know what we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But even some of the rappers will come out in their music, like Kanye West. In one of his songs, he talks about his sacrificing his mother.
Yes.
And it's like,
that's crazy.
He could really feel that way, or did he really do? You know what I'm saying? Like, did he do it not knowing he did it? But so it's like,
I think that's why he came back to God, but like it might be too late.
Look
for
at
him.
Kanye
I don't
though.
know,
Like
man.
I'm glad you brought that up
We
real
can't
quick.
judge his heart.
Like Kanye's on some weird shit right now though too, man. Like just like how he went up there and apologized. Like for what he said.
He flipped.
Kanye said this on 808s and Heartbreak. I think it was like right after his mom died. So I mean, Kanye's always been weird, but that switch happened after his mom, like a few years after his mom.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
passed.
saying. But I'm also saying on top of that, not just that switch. I'm talking about like the new switch he just did. Where remember when he had his whole Twitter rant? I don't know if y'all are on Twitter, but I remember like when he was. I'm sure everybody heard about it though. Like he was doing his whole Twitter rants, and then he went and apologized to the rabbi in New York. I thought that was like strange. And he went and he like held the hands. Did you see that video where he was holding the hands with the rabbi?
I saw that. That was wild. Yeah.
And then he went and he said that he was suffering and he's bipolar and that he has a mental disorder. It was literally like I said this on another stream. It was literally like they hypnotized this dude. Like they went and did something to him, like in the movie Get Out. Like they went and did the teacup thing to him. You know what I mean? And like hypnotized him. He's like, get out. And then he's like, I'm sorry. Remember the movie Get Out? If y'all saw the movie Get Out, remember how he's like telling the guy, he's like, get out, and then they take him in the room, and then they hypnotize him. He comes back, he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say what I said. I forgive me. Like that's exactly what Kanye did. That's exactly what he did.
It definitely got stuff on him and like.
Yeah, it's like he got the call or something. He got the call. Speaking of Kanye, I'm rocking the Kanye shirt too right now. It's like speaking of Kanye, but it's like it's like they literally did the Get Out scene to him, man. Like something happened. Like he got the call.
Back in line, Kanye.
Get back in line or else. And look at his daughter too now. You see his daughter's now dropping an album, dating a dude who's already like in his 20s or something.
Yeah,
and Kim Kardashian said that she was giving her $10,000. Like that shit is like yo, they pimped his daughter out, yo. His daughter is.
She's like 12 years old and she looks like she's like 20 something years old.
Yeah, they pimped her out, yo. That's about to be my next video. That's about to be the next topic of what they're doing in North. Like, yo, what they're doing to her. Like, if you can't tell me that she's been pimped out. I don't know what to tell you. Like they definitely pimped his daughter out. He like you're right.
I don't even know why though. That doesn't even make sense because they're already.
He was paid.
Kim Kardashian, man. Kim Kardashian's running it. She's running it. She like well, you already heard about the Kardashians being witches. You know? Like I think there's definitely something going on in that family.
Dude, for real.
You know, Kim K blocked me on I don't know Instagram, I think. She was promoting her makeup line, and I was like, hey Kim, maybe you should eat makeup so you can be pretty on the inside too. She's like, fuck.
She blocked you, damn.
Didn't appreciate that.
I mean,
it was worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she. I met Kim Kardashian once, man. She's weird, yo. Like, she's weird too. You know what I'm saying? Like, she acts like she's more famous than what she really is, and it's just like they call the paparazzi on themselves too. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
They call they tell the paparazzi where they're going to be. And then they have the paparazzi show up, and then they pretend like they don't want to have pictures taken of them. It's all fake. It's all fake, dude. Like, she straight up calls the because I used to work at this place in Hollywood, and when I was working at the place in Hollywood, we got a call that Kim Kardashian was coming through, and so like the paparazzi called us too and said, okay, we're gonna be outside. And they straight up were acting like they didn't want the paparazzi to be there when they were the ones that called the paparazzi. It's so fake, dude.
Honestly, no, I thought about doing something similar to that to just market it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, that's a gimmick. I mean, that's
Yeah, because people, you know, there's people that do that. They'll call the paparazzi on themselves.
Jay-Z.
Didn't Kanye say that too?
Paparazzi on myself.
Yeah, Jay-Z or Kanye said that in one of his lyrics. I call the paparazzi on myself. That shit is true. They call the paparazzi on themselves to make themselves look like a bigger deal than what they really
Otis,
are.
isn't it? That's Otis, wasn't it? Watch the Throne.
Yeah, Otis, exactly. Call the paparazzi on myself.
Yeah, looking like Wealth, about to call the paparazzi on himself.
But Kim Kardashian really does that. She really does that. They really do call it on themselves. They try to act like they're not trying to have pictures. Like she would put her sunglasses on, like she didn't want people to see her. It was just so fake. It was so fake. I was just like, wow. I was like, you guys really do this? Like, I even said to one of the guys, I forgot one of her husbands were there at the time, or Chloe's husband, or what was it, Courtney? She wasn't with Travis Barker yet, but I remember Courtney's husband was there, and I was like, you guys really go through this shit every day? He's like, yeah, man, yeah, we really, you know, this is what it's like being around the Kardashians. I was like,
how shallow, man.
Yeah, shallow, dude, shallow. Like, I'm not surprised that you know, being in Hollywood, you're gonna see a lot of celebrities being in Hollywood, and it's just, man, it's so fake, dude. It's so fake. Like, LA is so fake right now, so fake, man. There's a couple real people left, but it's hard to find. You know what I mean?
Look at Miami, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even want to go to Miami.
Yeah, neither would I. It's too expensive too, man.
I gotta rent a damn Aston Martin off Turo or something.
Yeah, King Cooper, what's good? Yeah. You said went to the Farsight's concert and yo. Wait, hold on, I gotta see this comment real quick, cause the Farsight owes me money. Yo, he said hip hop is trash, not like it used to be. Mr. Keys, yeah, I feel you. Thanks for the follow, Jay. Okay, wait, let me see what Homeboy said right here. Chill. Yeah, I think some of y'all been on the stream before. You said you went to that Farsight concert and yelled to him that he owes you money, and he looked at me wild. Yeah, man. You said beatGrade?
Who, Slim Kid or
all of them, man. Slim Kid, Trey, and Fat Lip. Slim Kid, Trey, and Fat Lip, man. Who was it that you said it to? Fat Lip or Slim Kid, Trey? Which one was it? Or was it all three of them? I think there's three of them are on tour right now. If you're still in the chat, he said he looked at him crazy. Yeah, pay me my money, man. Pay me my money. Yo, they stole some of my beats. Now, go ahead. Whitey, what were you saying?
Oh no, I saw him at a club here, and dumb as shit. Like, I walked to the Fat Lip, I was like, oh, what's up, Fat Lip? You know, he's like, coolin'.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. Fat Lip is cool. Fat Lip's like my brother, dude. Yeah,
I got the tour shirt. The tour shirt with the dog peeing on the hydrant or whatever. I got that signed by all three of them.
Yeah. Fat Lip is he's like a brother to me in some ways. You know what I'm saying? Like I've known Fat Lip for a very long time. We're still cool for the most part. But Trey, nah, fuck that dude. Fuck Trey, man. I don't like that dude at all.
Trey Slim Kid, huh?
Yeah, Slim Kid Trey. That dude's a punk. That dude's a punk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They were doing this bit talking about when they were touring with Korn, because they had that Camel Toasted song or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, yeah, they were talking about they're trying to get the crowd to boo them. They're like, we're used to getting booed. We went on a national tour with Korn and everybody hated us.
Yeah.
And I was like, Camel Toasted. And you Willie pointed me out, he's like, my guy.
Yeah. Nah. Shout out to Chill Bill though, man, for doing that for me. I appreciate that. That's why I do these streams, man, to build the community, and the more and more I get the word out there. Yeah, I mean, long story short, I worked on a project with Fat Lip, and it was supposed to get signed to Delicious Vinyl, but for whatever reason, due to politics, they never put the record out. And so later on, Fat Beats, if you know about Fat Beats, they're a pretty big distribution company. They went, some label in Tokyo went and grabbed my song, did a project with Fat Lip and Blue. And then they went and they grabbed the song that I did with Fat Lip that was supposed to come out on my project, and they put it out on his on a project that Fat Lip did with Blue when I never agreed to it.
Oh.
I never agreed to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I told them that if they were going, and luckily I still have emails to prove this, because we might have to do a lawsuit. But I said, yo, man, if you're gonna put the track out, you got to pay me the money that I had to pay. Like, I wasn't even asking for a lot of money. I was just like, just at least pay me for what I had to pay to get the track done. You know what I'm saying? So I could reimburse myself. And they put the track out, sold records, pressed up vinyl, and didn't pay me nothing, yo. Didn't pay me nothing, man. And I was like, and that was scandalous too, because I told Fat Lip years before that happened, Delicious Vinyl, which is a creditable record label, wants to put the project out. Let's put it out with Delicious. And then he's like, oh no, you know, being political, trying to hate, trying to just be jealous and cock block. And then all of a sudden you put it out 10 years later with some unknown label in Japan. You know what I mean?
Yo, get this. So I interned for Rough Riders when I was in college in New York.
Oh, okay, word.
Doing design. They were gonna put out.
No, Blue the rapper.
They put out that football jersey.
Yeah.
I'm about to maybe blow your mind here, but I'll show you something. I designed that football jersey.
Which one?
I'll show you. The Rough Riders football jersey.
Oh yeah, that's dope. Oh, you're a graphic designer?
It's the 50th anniversary. No, I got a case with them.
Oh, okay.
They played me. I was just an unpaid intern, being starstruck, hanging out with X and meeting all the crew.
Right.
Like,
that's what happened.
You know how they just gassed me up. I was a youngster. But real quick.
Wait, so you do graphic design though?
That's my finger. Hold up.
Yeah.
I did design, like illustration, like actually sewing, putting stuff together.
Shout out to me. Shout you out. Yeah, Delicious is OG. Right. Exactly. You said you were just at Delicious Pizza. Actually, good pizza. Yeah. Anytime I go to Delicious Pizza, I always get free pizza if Mike is working there. Mike Ross, owner. Yeah. Oh, okay. Word. I see it.
Hey, go to the Rough Riders website. It's up there, like 50th anniversary jersey. That's my original sketch. Like,
let's see if we can put it up on the main screen.
So
wow, you originally did that sketch, huh?
Yeah, they basically commissioned me to do a project for. Do you remember Thug Workout?
Vaguely.
At all. It was like it flopped, but it was the whole idea was to like show you how you could work out without going to a gym or something.
I mean, that's definitely the Rough Riders logo. So wait, what do? You do fashion, or you do graphic design, or what is it that you do?
So I have my own clothing label. I'm about to drop. I mean, it's been like just a play project, but I've sold out everything I've ever put out. Let me show you my hat.
Yeah, I might need you to do some stuff for us, man. That looks dope. Yeah, I might need you to do some stuff for beatGrade, man.
Let me see if I can get my. Yeah, no, I learned how to screen print, work with like a outstanding business-minded guy, and just I would work for him, like, you know, doing stuff off the press, and give me free materials, like, I didn't have to pay for ink, nothing. And turn around, and I would sell it out, but I'd never, like, I didn't keep it running, you know?
You got to keep it running, man. That shit looks dope.
But I got if I could share my
that hat looked dope.
Here, 'cause you can't copy and paste. It's just a riff on the Compton logo, but I did it right. Like, I made them do 3D. It's called, like, 3D puff stitching on the embroidery. So it's like a new era hat.
Word, man. No, I do some screen printing too. I like this shirt right here. We made this shirt. This shirt right here is DTG though.
That's DTG. I knew that automatically, because you know if you're screen printing, you can't get that many. There's hundreds of colors in that.
Yeah, it's hard to do it with screen printing. Yeah. No, it's DTG. Yeah, but my boy, he does screen printing. He used to do screen printing for like a lot of rappers, Immortal Technique. A lot of rappers would come through. My boy would do stuff for it. But like, nah, that's dope, man. Yeah, I might need to holler at you for some projects, because I'm working on getting like some beatGrade hats made and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm so serious this time around. Like, I'm a bit older. Like, I'm gonna go hard in it. I'm gonna keep my inventory lean, especially with DTG.
Yeah.
Do a pre-sale. Like, My guy's got reach. You could partner with him and do a drop whenever I want to.
Yeah. Send me a DM of the links that you guys work with.
Yeah, you don't sit on.
Yeah, definitely. No, you got to send me a DM, man, because man, I'm always down to, like, I do that on the side, like we do drops and stuff like that and stuff like that on the side.
It's always, it's always been. I've always treated it as fun, but I knew. I mean, what does it say? The first time you put something out, you sell it out like within a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know nothing, but like, I mean, that tells me I had a knack for it.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I went to school for. So, but the whole thing with going to school for menswear design. You could probably imagine what that atmosphere is like, right?
Right.
Yeah. I ain't getting nowhere unless I start my own company.
You gotta just go out there and put it out yourself. That's crazy though with the DM with the Rough Riders though, man. So what's up with the Rough Riders? You going to court for that or what's up?
So I contacted them to ask when I wanted to get the exact date. I was like, I used to have this. I'm like, I lost it over the years. Like, what date was I originally put out? Because I know what date I did that project. And if that date comes after it, then we're going to talk to some bullies. I'm not trying to bully Rough Rider, but, to settle out of court, throw me a bone, I don't know. But that could be a windfall, man. That could let me skate and do whatever I want.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they do it, man. They get people to sign up as interns, and then they just try to steal your ideas.
Yeah, they talk a big game, gas me up. Man, we're like 20. They're taking us to that club smoking blunts with. Like, I got to meet Earl, like, for real. And when he passed, that was the only time, like, a celebrity, like, affected me. I was like, damn, like, I shook hands with him. I had a conversation with him. Like, he was a real guy.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're people too, just like us. You know what I'm saying? They're people too, man. It's just some people get put into the limelight.
I never get starstruck like that. I wouldn't want to be treated like that. That runs them off if you're like fanboy or fangirl.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like,
especially growing up in LA, man. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, like, especially growing up in LA, you're gonna see a lot of stars. You know what I mean? You're gonna see a lot of famous people, and New York too. When I was in New York, I ran into a lot of famous people. I ran into George Clinton. I ran into Wyclef. I ran into a few others. I ran into Russell Simmons. That was crazy. I ran into Russell Simmons just walking down the street when I was in New York.
That's a man that way.
Yeah, New York is different.
They be out in New York. Mike D would be riding his bicycle around downtown Brooklyn, like Flatbush and DeKalb by juniors.
Yeah, they don't really hide in New York. In LA, they're a little bit more secluded, but like New York, they'll just be like right out there on the street, walking right through Times Square or on the train, taking the train, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different in New York, but LA, they're a little bit more. They're in their cars all the time, or limos, or vans. And stuff.
I met Julia Stiles at a Columbia University bar. I was not impressed with her. I didn't think she was prettier than like girls I knew back then. She's real plain.
Actress?
Julia Stiles, the actress.
Oh yeah. A little
skinny.
Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah.
Skinny, plain Jane. I don't know. I was surprised with me, and I was like, really?
Yeah. Nah, man, you got some dope shit, man. I'd love to check out more of your stuff, Whitey. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I gotta get you on the next one. I'm about to jump up out of here, but yeah, no, go ahead. What were you gonna say real quick?
Get off. Oh, I'll share the Facebook link for my page if you want to follow it. I'd appreciate that.
For sure. Yeah, I got a Facebook too on beatGrade. We're beatGrade all around. So send me the DM. I definitely would love to check out some of your stuff. I mean, that's another reason why I do this stuff is for networking purposes. So
no, absolutely.